I gotta be soft about it because I screamed a lot at con because I was doing a lot of Wota. Hi, hello. We're really quiet in here. Let me get some music. I gotta find where I put it. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it at? Is it this one? Yes, it is. There we go. Hiya. Hello. How is everybody? I missed you guys. Oh my god. I missed you guys so much. Hello. Good afternoon. Good morning. What's up with you guys? Did you have a nice little week while I was away? Did you miss me? Can you hear that my voice is a little tired? I'm full of energy though. I'm very happy. I get such a little high right after a con. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. So for any gachu who doesn't know, the reason that we're having this satsu in this style and why I wasn't streaming for most of last week is because I was away at HaruhiCon. This is an entirely new con in the UK, actually. I didn't know this at first until I started booking my stuff a while ago. But this con is made by the team for another British con called HaruhiCon. But I've never been to those before. But HaruhiCon is a new one that they did to celebrate. It's basically the same sort of con but in the start of the year. It was a 3-day con, which was why I took like half of the week off. It was a 3-day con running over the whole weekend from April 3rd to 5th. So unlike most cons where you just like buy one of the days like as a ticket or maybe buy a weekend ticket. Oh my gosh, hang on. My voice did not sound that tired to me when I was talking to myself a little bit ago, but now that I'm like hearing it as I'm actually yapping to you guys out loud, yeah, you can tell that I've been doing Wota, doing Wota-gay stuff. But anyway, unlike most cons where you just buy like whichever day you want to go, like you buy a Friday ticket, a Saturday ticket, a Sunday ticket, or maybe you buy the whole weekend as a bonus. HaruhiCon is specifically you buy one ticket that covers every single day and you stay there for the whole time. It was held in the NEC in Birmingham, which is actually if any of you guys remember when I did the first one of these streams of my little Emimi Earth explorations, when I went to VTuber Expo, that was in the same building, but this time it was in a fancy ass hotel called the Hilton. Ooh, but I did not stay there. I stayed in a Premier Inn because I'm poor. Oh, thank you for the mention, Welcome back. We love you. Yay! I love you guys too. I've missed you guys. But oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm yapping about this con. But then I gotta tell you guys how much I missed you and also how much fun I had. But yeah, so HaruhiCon is for that. It's a big anime con that went over 3 days. So I stayed there for like from the Thursday to until going home on Monday. And also one other thing that was special about it is a lot of the proceeds from this con were donated to the Stonewall charity, a charity for LGBT rights and stuff. And I thought it was very, very, very cool, which I'll talk about more in a sec. But it was so awesome, so much fun. I really like getting to go to cons for the whole weekend like this, to be honest, because like I love cons altogether. I love conventions, I love idols, I love cosplay, I love being surrounded by other nerds and otakus and everything. I just love it. It's like my lifeblood. I spend so much of the year, each year, thinking like anytime that the year's rough, I'm like, no, just think Emmy. Later in the year, you'll get to cheer, you'll get to be Wota, and then it'll be awesome. I also really need to update this little sprite that I have for you guys because my hand just really looks really weird here, but we're gonna ignore that. But anyway. But yeah. I love cons anyway, so ones like this where I get to go multiple days in a row and like stay in between so that I don't have to leave early or anything are so much fun. Oh my gosh, it's not something I ever really got to do when I was younger because it's expensive a lot of the time anyway, It's pretty expensive to go to a con for the whole weekend, but this one makes it honestly pretty affordable considering like because the intent is for you to be there for all 3 days rather than just one anyway. The whole 3-day ticket is kind of the same price that I've spent on singular days for some other cons. Like for smaller ones that I've gone to, like Animanga Pop, those tickets are like I'd say like 20-30 pounds for a day, whereas for some big cons that I've gone to like VTuber Expo, it's like in the hundreds plural, especially for the whole weekend, and that's a 2-day weekend, mind you. But then for HaruhiCon, for all 3 days, I think it was 75 a ticket for all 3, which was crazy with how much stuff they had, which I will talk about in a sec. But oh my gosh, and it's just like it's so nice to be able to go to a con and like stay, even though I wasn't in the hotel that the con was in, which would have been so awesome, but I did not have that kind of money because it was still an expensive hotel. Just being in one that was directly near, so I could stay, like, I could get there really early and stay really late and have all different like costumes and clothes and stuff, and like food with us the whole time, which was so nice. It was so fun, and I got to like meet so many people, and the vibe was so comfy because everyone was there the whole time, so nobody was like ever in a rush, and it was such a nice community of people. But I will talk about that properly as I begin. I should also say, before I get into the next stuff, as you will see here, 2 things on our little first page of my Emimi travel diary. Number 1, down at the bottom here, is that I went with Neri. Who else would be this fancy? There's me and all my Decora stuff. I'm human maxing. I tend to hide a lot of my cow alien bits when you're traveling around the world because people tend to look at that a little bit weird. And I can person max even though I still had silly ears on. And there's Neri being all fancy little candle boy because of course he is. And also the special guest for this con up the top there was Barry. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. This was half of the reason that I went to this con, actually, because like I said, I'd not heard of it or been to any of the cons by this whole HaruhiCon team before going to this. I specifically heard it existed because of Barry's announcement of being the special guest. Barry is an amazing Kaigai idol, so an overseas idol, aka any idol that's not from isn't based in Japan. An amazing Kaigai idol from LA in America, and I love her. She's amazing. She's so good. Please check out Barry. Her username is usually Blueberry Train on most things, but blue is spelled like BLOO. But she goes by Barry, and she's so awesome. She got very famous and infamous a while ago because she had a group briefly, and when they post this little video of their call and responses, a lot of, I have no better word for this other than normies, I guess tourists, but I hate using that word, saw it and saw her engaging in J-idol culture and were like, oh my god, that's cringe, or what? No, you're totally not Japanese or something. And we're really weird about it, but they're dumb because Barry's an awesome idol, and she continued to strive after that and do all her idol stuff, and she's really cool. And now I got to see her in the fucking UK for the first time. So as soon as I saw the announcement that Barry was gonna be in England, I was like, no, I have to go. And I grabbed Neri by the shoulders and like, Neri, we have to go. And it was on my birthday. Like, what kind of chances are that? There's a 3-day con that I can actually afford to go to, that an idol I love from America is coming to as their first time performing in the UK on my fucking birthday. Speaking of which, thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. Oh my gosh, that was another thing that I forgot I wanted to say. Because that's part of why I've missed you guys so much. It felt so weird to do my birthday and not talk to you for half of it. But I was rushing in between all of my little panels and stuff that I was visiting while we were at the con, and seeing everyone's like replies and messages, and it made me very, very, very happy. It made me very happy. I couldn't log into my Discord server while I was away because I forgot to access that account on my phone, because I have that account on my PC, but I didn't give myself the password on my phone, so I might be a little bit stupid. But still, I saw all of your birthday wishes and my YouTube posts and everything, and like on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, and it made me very, very, very happy. I'm a very happy gal. And actually, I will talk more about this at the end, I think, but I'm intending to spend birthday time with you guys throughout the rest of this month too. Even though I spent my actual birthday at HaruhiCon, I'm just gonna turn April into Emmy month, and we'll do birthday stuff later, trust. But anyway, time to actually yap about what I did at this con. So, okay. Hang on, I need a sip of water. First things first. Oh my gosh. I say first things first, but there's like a billion things. But all the stuff, oh my gosh. Did so much stuff. There was so much stuff, and all of it was so awesome. So, I went with Neri, and you can see, I should really get myself like an extra little pen hand that I can use for all of this. But you can see over here our little outfits that we did, because on Friday we were in all our usual J fashion stuff. I was in decor and Neri's all fancy. And then on Saturday here, I don't know why I did this in this order actually. On Saturday, we did 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 cosplays of Ike Eveland and Vox Akuma from Niji-san Jigen's 4th Wave 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿. Neri was an actual Ike cosplay. I just kind of, I did Vox 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿. Like I got a lot of little accessories from the fit, but not the whole thing. I'm not fitting in a full Vox cosplay. One day. And that was really fun. We don't usually get to like, you know, bring all this kind of stuff to a con. We're usually just in our own fashion and everything, because getting cosplays together is kind of hard, especially if we have limited time and space of everything to bring with us. But since we're there for a whole 3 days, we could bring as many bags and outfits as we want. And holy shit, dude, my god, my fucking suitcase was so heavy. My suitcase was so heavy. Ah. Neri's was so heavy too, but mine was heavier. Pro tip, if you're gonna go to a con that's this big, especially my diary! Where'd it go? What? Why is it tiny? What? I love how OBS sometimes just like doesn't work. It just doesn't like working every now and then. And I think that's awesome and really fun. I love that it does that. It's really cool that it just decides to do that once in a while. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. Yeah, I literally just said nah. What the fuck was that? Okay. Anyway. What I was trying to say was, pro tip, if any of you guys plan to go to a con like this, one that's like 3 days or something, especially if you're, I mean, yeah, including if you're going to, I want to go to this one next year, like Crimson was saying just now, that you would have been able to if you like knew about it earlier, had the cash. Bring yourself food. Oh my god. Since we were staying the whole time this time, and I didn't want to spend a bunch of money, because when I went to VExpo with Her Highness Princess Serena Aria Alicia, had a wonderful time, but also we were so broke, not just from spending on actually buying stuff there. In fact, I think I barely bought any stuff there, but on food and travel expenses. So save yourself the trouble and bring a ton of food to your hotel with you. I think I got a photo, but I don't know if I put it in here. I don't think I put it in my little diary, my little scrapbook. But we brought so much shit. I actually had 2 suitcases when we went, because or technically 3 half the time, because I had to help Neri carry his up all the stairs that we went on, and like onto trains and stuff. But so there was my suitcase all crammed full of all my stuff and all my accessories and shoes for these 3 different outfits, and you will not believe just how much stuff I have to carry for this. It was honestly obnoxious how heavy my suitcase was, considering it was pretty much just the 3 fits and barely anything else. Like, I had 1 pair of pajamas. I was already wearing like the bras I was gonna wear, stuff like that. I had like my underwear, I had maybe my wash bag, but my wash bag is really small. I had so little of everything else in there. But pretty much just my outfits were so heavy. And the outfits themselves are also not that many clothes. It's just all the accessories took up most of the space in my suitcase. I should get a photo, but I organized my things into like 3 bags. But you know, every single outfit I have was Decora based, right? Like the Sanrio outfit where we did Cinnamoroll and Mocha was Decora. The Vox one less so, but I still put a bunch of stuff in it and just put a billion things in my bag instead. And then the first one was entirely full Emimi Decora. And like, so I gathered all of my accessories for each one into big like plastic bags, like these not quite bin bags, but these ones we use for a little bit, like these clear ones, in a big plastic bag, so I could organize them in my suitcase and wouldn't just have like a big pile in there, like I used to do, because that makes it really tricky to pack everything both ways. And the fucking size of these bags, dude, when I tell you I like filled all 3 of them, and it's just full of pins upon pins and hair clips and hair clips and hair clips and ears and so many fucking things. It was so heavy. But anyway, bring yourself food. I think I got a photo of our whole like ration setup that we had, because I had that, and then I had a separate little suitcase just full of food stuff to make sure that we wouldn't have to spend a ton of money at the con, because Neri spent the day before, or I think 2 days, it was like 2 days before the con. We spent like the whole day together just baking a shit ton of Cinnamoroll cookies. We baked so many, and had like two big pots full of Cinnamoroll cookies, and we took like a pot with us each day to the con. And when I say like like I mean like a big fucking jar full of them. And then we took like a little pot each day to the con, so that we'd have them, and then also ate some of them while we were in our hotel room. And then we had a whole box and a half full of Weetabix. I brought like 2 things full of oat milk to keep in our mini fridge. I had pain au chocolat, like little croissant things for breakfast. I had mini pancakes that I got for breakfast. We had matzah. I had like, I think like 6 or 7. I think like 6 or 7. Sorry, I like it really distracts me every single time I say it accidentally. I had like 6 or 7 like cup ramen things with me. I had so many biscuits. I had a different pack of sweets for each day. I also brought myself, actually, my biggest fucking brain thing. You can tell, obviously, that my voice is very worn out, so I would not be able to voice act today, which is why we're not doing DDLC today. That would be a terrible, terrible idea. It would hurt. But I guess not much more than Yuri will hurt when we do it. But anyway, but actually, my voice overall, less dead than it used to be when I used to go to like concerts and stuff when I was younger. Because I think, because I've learned better vocal technique for singing and everything, it's also meant that at the same time, I'm constantly trying to learn better technique for cheering. Like better WOTA technique, you know? Because I learned, you know, there's a lot of tips and tricks that WOTA have over time for being WOTA, like, you know, for making sure that you stay hydrated and stay cool when you're doing all this stuff, because cheering and waving your arms around and screaming is really fucking taxing on you. But like I've used a lot of my singing lessons and tips and stuff that I know for the sake of WOTA. Like I try to keep my voice like warmed up and everything. And when I'm doing a lot of WOTA, I figured out how to place my voice so that I don't strain it so much, so that I can yell all the time and be like, hi, 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 without just hurting. Because I used to like do that just like screaming from the bottom of my throat, and that really fucking hurts. If you're going like, hi, 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 then you're just gonna get sore. Or if you're like, hi, because obviously some people sound really deep when they do WOTA, especially because a lot of people are famously like older dudes, right? So they're going like, hi, hi, but if you're doing that the whole time and it's not natural for you, then you'll just hurt yourself really bad. So I treat it like I'm singing. I just treat it like I'm singing in my chest voice the whole time, and it means I can do it for ages without hurting. And the amount of times that while we're in the crowd and stuff, I should talk more about this in the idol section, but I will then too, while we're in the crowd and stuff, where it's like they're asking people to cheer or cheer louder, and I can just do it infinitely no matter how tired I seem, because every time that I go like, woo, it's not that I'm like yelling, I'm essentially just singing it. I'm just singing the whole time, so I can hold it for ages, and I can do it over and over and over again and never get tired, because I'm dedicated to cheering for every single performer. And oh my god, I will tell you more about performers in a sec, holy shit. But anyway, activity stuff. I need to lock back in. We wore cute little outfits each day, and that was very fun. We got to meet a whole bunch of fun people through them as well. There were so many other people in cool J fashion, so many people in cool cosplays. It was so awesome. But I mentioned at the start that HaruhiCon was actually, a lot of their proceeds go to charity, right? So down in the bottom left over here, if I shimmy over this way, down here, you can actually see, this was their bring and buy table in the vendors hall. They had a crazy vendors hall, which is their artist alley. They had a crazy vendors hall full of people selling cool stuff and a bunch of really unique artists, a handful of which I knew before as well, which is really awesome to see. I love seeing artists that I've already bought stuff from at cons, and a whole bunch of new ones that I get to experience as well. But they also had this like bring and buy table where people, up until the con actually started, could bring a bunch of stuff of their own to donate, essentially, and then like they would get some money from it, kind of like a pawn shop. They would get, get paid to sell it by the con, and then the con brought it to this table where they would sell it and give money to charity. So it's kind of just like a win-win for everyone. You get rid of old little like otaku goodies that you have that you don't necessarily want anymore. You get a little bit, and charity gets a bit, and everybody wins, and it's awesome. And I thought that was so cool. There were so many things at this con to emphasize that they were giving away to charity, because I think, I expected when they first mentioned that their stuff went to Stonewall that it would just be that based on like the con tickets and big events like that, but no, they kept doing so much stuff. There was the bring and buy table. They had a charity auction at the end, which was fucking crazy. Actually, it was a really awesome little auction, and I loved seeing people give so much money for it, even for little things. But there was this guy that I befriended. I believe it was by Beef Online. There was this guy that I befriended, right? That Neri and I made friends with while we were during an Uma racing panel that I will also talk about in a sec, because I have a story for you guys. During an Uma racing panel, and hanging out at a maid cafe and everything, and we went to the charity auction. Someone donated, I think it was Pokemon Emerald, if I remember correct. Let me double check. Hang on. Wait. Pokemon, was it Emerald? I don't play Pokemon, so I don't remember. Yes, Pokemon Emerald. Someone had like an original full mint condition, everything copy of Pokemon Emerald with like the booklet in, entirely sealed and stuff, that they donated to charity auction. And the money went up pretty fast. You know, it started at like 50, 60, 70 and stuff like that as people were doing the auction. And then this guy that I befriended, my absolute goat beef, immediately put his hand up and went 500. And everyone was like, what? Sorry? 500? Then he went, no, 700. And they were like, you were already winning. What? So he took it for 700, I suppose, just to give the money to charity. I thought it was so fucking cool. And that set a crazy, don't blame, yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying, is nobody was even near that. I think the highest before that was like almost 500. Was like almost 100. And then he rocketed up to 500 and then decided 700 for himself. It was so awesome. I don't blame him at all. I love people being that committed, not just, you know, to getting his game, because if he just wanted it, then he could have stopped at 500, but added up to it, for charity. And I think that was really fucking cool. And it set a really cool precedent that everybody kept adding on to things, even if they were like a very little or not super major. Like some of what they were giving away was original art by somebody who made art that they used for the con, and like their original, like their t-shirts and other merch and stuff. A whole bunch of the ribbons for every single like ribbon rally that happened at the con. Oh, I didn't talk about the ribbon rally. That's in this photo over at the side, but I kind of cut it off here. But if you go to my Instagram, you can see all the ribbons that I got. So a lot of conventions, especially in America, it's less popular in the UK, but I think people are trying to popularize it more here, which makes me very happy. Do these things called ribbon rallies, where sometimes based on like being at an artist table, like buying from an artist, or at going to certain panels, or just doing events that are overrun by the con themselves, you get these little ribbons that you stick to your badge, like your guest badge or your lanyard, and you just try to see how many you collect. I think I got like 4 or 5 by the end. But that was one of the things at the charity auction, that they gave away like 1 billion, every single possible ribbon you could get at these panels, that people donated a bunch for. And there was also I thought the staff at this con were really super fun and lovely. They were so friendly. They were so welcoming. They would really rush to help for any single situation that came up with someone, and have so many access points that you could contact them from, which made everything feel really nice, especially for a con when you're here for the whole weekend. But also they were just really fucking funny and entertaining. And the final thing they sold at the charity auction was a couple of their like shirts, like their HaruhiCon t-shirts left over, and they upped the prices kept going up for them because they were rubbing sweat off of one of the hosts onto it. And honestly, if I had the money, I would have bought it myself. And then I would have been here in an awesome sweatshirt, but unfortunately I did not. But anyway, I also, along with them having a bunch of charity stuff and cool stuff in the vendors hall, they also actually kind of had like a bonus vendors hall, because there was another con that I didn't realize going on in the same hotel called EasterCon. Apparently this is a thing that's been going on for years and years. It's like a sci-fi focused convention that happens around Easter every year, hence the name. When I first heard it, I just thought it was a con like for Easter or like for furries or something, but no, I say that is a good thing. Like, well, fur is also a good thing, but like I say nerds positively. That sounded insulting, but I thought it was really cool. And they had an art show, and also like a vendor's hall that was mostly for books and stuff, but then also some other things, and they were allowed to go look through them and the EasterCon people through our vendor's hall, and I thought that was so cool. It was so like neat, like a mingling with the people. But I need to talk about the panels that I went to, because oh my god. So first of all, this one up here, I did not really get photos of the panels that I was at because I was busy, you know, watching the panels, but this one up here, this one over here, Yuri panel, 10 out of 10. Fuck's sake. Guys, I think Canva hates me. Can they stop killing my diary? I worked so hard on my little diary. I just put all these little stickers in. I made it so cute. I did everything so cute. And it keeps just like exploding. Dude, I'm trying to tell a story here. I'm trying to talk about Yuri. This is homophobic. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Yuri panel, 10 out of 10. This is a panel about the history of Yuri itself in Japan. Yuri itself is a really dramatic way to put that, but the history of Yuri in Japan alongside women's liberation in Japan, and how they intertwine, and that was so fucking interesting. I got a lot of really cool Yuri recommendations from it, and I loved just like learning all these little details about the history of it. I really need to read more Yuri, to be honest. I know too many Futos. I read too much yaoi. I need to balance it out. I need to know more Kimijoshis. But yeah, that was really cool. And honestly, altogether, I thought it was so cool just how many panels there were at this con and like the range of them, especially because they had all 3 days to work with and so many different event rooms that they were at. And there was just kind of always something interesting going on that anyone could take part in. They had this thing that I'd never seen before called cosplay chess, which I thought was sick. And I wish I'd attended or taken photos or videos of it for you guys. But I will also say that a lot of the big panels like chess and the lip sync battle that I participated in, which I'll have to show you guys about later, were filmed the whole time because they had cameramen working like 24/7 pretty much around the whole con for the big events that were really, really cool to see. So once those are up, I'll like retweet them and post them on Instagram and everything. But anyway, there was kind of always something for everyone, and I thought that was so fucking cool. I love it so much. I usually, at most of the cons I've been to in the past, I don't really go to many panels because they're like, I'm there for one day, and my main priority there is either to see idols or to see a maid cafe or both. So I spend some time in the artist alley in between anything that's going on, and then I pretty much, with Nara, we go look at artist alley, buy what we want, and then we sit ourselves down at the main stage of whatever con we're at, and we do not move until it's closing time, or until we specifically have a maid cafe slot booked, and then we go back and do more rota, and then we go home. Because like that's our goal. I'm here to cheer, dude. I've got idols to see. But since this was the whole 3 days and there were only like performances on certain parts of each day, then I got to actually go to panels, which is cool. I very rarely get to. So I got to go to your panel. I also went to a really cool 2 panels about role playing. One that was like an introduction and sort of like tips and tricks for role playing, both for LARPing and for like TTRPG stuff. And then one that was a live TTRPG session of World of Darkness, which was really fucking funny. And again, I wish I could have like filmed that or something, but that's not how that works. But also the one that I need to tell you guys about, and I also need to move this little photo so you can see it better. Wait, I wonder if I can do this. Hang on. I wonder if I can drag this photo in here. Oh my gosh, my voice is so boring. While I'm doing this, guys, what did you do while you missed me? Other than miss me? Or did you just spend all 3 days missing me? Where did I put that photo? Here it is. Hang on. Wait. I gotta crop this so you can actually see it. Hang on. Okay. Wait. Bear with. Why is it not there? Okay, well, anyway, spent all 3 days in a stuffy black box playing the flute. Oh, well, I hope now you can be let out of your box to get some enrichment. Played Final Fantasy 15. Hell yeah! I hope you have fun. I'm just starting to get into Final Fantasy, actually. Okay, sorry, I was drinking some water. But it refuses to show. But, Connie's like, no! You're gonna be put in a different black box? What the fuck? Okay, so here, you can't see it very well. You're gonna have to squint with your little eyes. You're gonna have to like stare really hard. But right here in this little corner, there is a ribbon that I got, like a pin. It has Kita-san Black in the middle. And it is for winning an Uma Musume race night. Yeah. Round of applause. I need to tell you guys, not only did I win an Uma Musume racing gambling panel with Neri, we won together, but 2, we won it without even being there. Yeah, we're that fucking goated. I know. I need to brag about this because it's really silly. But so there was this Uma Musume racing panel, by which I mean, how do I put it? It's not like we had, real Umas there, unfortunately. I wish we got to see real Umas run around. But we were all brought into a room. There were about like 4 or 5 tables, I think, big circle tables we could sit at in order to join in a bunch of teams. And we had a little sheet of paper in front of us with odds for some races coming up. And on the screen, they would play some races that they had recorded of a bunch of Umas. So like, say there was the first race, which was, I believe was the NHK Mile Cup. And there was like, what were the options? There was like Oguri, there was Suzuka, there was Kichi-san Black, blah, 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 blah. You had 12 racers, and in your teams, you also had a bunch of like play money, like Monopoly money, but not Monopoly, I forgot, it was from something different, but I forgot what it was called. But like a pile of Monopoly money of different values, so you could decide how much you would bet. You had to pick 3 umas, like your first, second, and third choice, as your bets to win, along with the odds in front of you, and then how much money you were going to bet onto just like one of them winning altogether. For each one. And then if your uma came first, you would get like double your money back. If your second choice won, then you would get like half of it, etc., etc. So that you could see how much you could earn. And whoever got the most by the end from their umas winning and from, you know, placing their bets right would win. Neri and I went there to this uma panel. Welcome back, Uno, to this uma panel. But also half an hour in, we had the live TTRPG session that we talked about. We went to go watch people play World of Darkness. So we wanted to go to both. So we spent a little time in uma, and then we dipped to go see the TTRPG. But so for that first half hour and for the first race, we explained basically everything of how Uma Musume works to the other people at our table, because most of them were very new to it. They were like generally new to Uma Musume, or like knew a little bit about certain Umas and like had maybe tried the game or the anime a bit, but they didn't know much. Whereas we're fucking nerds, we're pros. Yeah. So we were explaining how Uma Musume works and how the racing is and the stats for the different Umas on the table and how we'd like divvy up these bets. We were sort of in charge of deciding which umas to bet on, where the others decided how much money to bet, because we're not good at money or maths. And we placed our bets, and we were like, yeah, okay, I think we're gonna bet on Oguri for this, as well as I think our other bet was Suzuka, and I don't remember who was Maruzensky. I think we bet on Maruzensky first, Oguri second, and it might have been Suzuka third, but I don't think it was Suzuka. I think it was someone else. I don't remember who. Oguri won after we bet I think 1.2 mil or something, and we got a bunch of money, and we were like, yeah, let's fucking go. But then Neri and I had to dip off, so we explained a little bit as much as we could to the rest of our team, and we went through the list and like circled our bets of who we would probably vote on for all of these, because we didn't necessarily know how it was gonna go. We hadn't been choosing the money, and we were like, okay, we're not gonna be able to be here for these. I don't know if they're gonna introduce any other conditions or something, but based on what these races are and looking at these umas and their odds, I circled like 3 for each one, and we placed our plans and gave them some tips, and we were like, okay, let us know how it goes. Use our teachings well, young grasshoppers. I hope it goes well. I'd left them to do it. And then they came in later to a TTRPG. Guess who fucking won? Yep. We're just goated. We're just cracked. I try not to brag about us doing actual things. It's mostly very silly. But I think it's really fucking funny. We won without being there. My daughter did not win. To be for real with you, you cannot expect a default Haru Urara to win in a race against the other strong umas. Urara is entirely capable of winning PvP stuff if she's built well. But for this, based on what we saw, they were kind of just like left to their defaults, in which case Urara is not going to win. But I did put a little heart there as like a bonus of my personal suggestions for winning. And actually, I remember the others even came to us and mentioned later that they won pretty much like every round, like our bets were all correct. And the only time that they flopped in a round was one where they decided to just go all in on gold ship for funsies and ignore our bet of the one that we said to bet first on was El Condor Pasa, but they were like, no, let's just put everything on gold ship for fun, and that flopped. And you know who did win that round? El Condor Pasa. Like, I'm just psychic, but it's not that I'm psychic, I'm just uma-pilled. I think it's really funny. But also, it was entirely on that team that we won altogether anyway, because they mentioned that there were even a few times that our bets were like, the second place winner and not the first or something, but it was because they used their money well that they kept, like going high and stuff. They didn't like throw it all away on the wrong uma at any point, which meant that they could keep stacking money and they could keep putting it big when they were really sure that our bets were going to win. And they just cleared. And that happened to be on my birthday, because that was on the Saturday. So it was so much fun. Because it meant that like I got to go home with a big sparkly rainbow. Also, yeah, the ribbons we got just happened to be like a rainbow pink one for me and like a pastel blue silver one for Neri. So you're saying he's could have won everything? We did win it. We did win everything. Yeah, like, yeah, technically they lost that one 𝘆cie won, but also our bets were correct and we still won the whole thing overall. We were the winners because it was about who had the most money and wins at the end. But yeah, I came home with a big shiny rainbow colored and pink uma ribbon, which I got to wear as if it was like a little birthday badge, and a box full of Biscoff cream eggs as a little treat, because the prize money for everyone at the end was a bunch of treats. So I basically won birthday treats. So yeah, I had a very fun time with that with Neri, and then got to spend the evening watching a really fucking fun TTRPG. And then also, oh my god, dude, oh my god, the performances at this were so cool. But I will talk about that in a sec. Because also I will talk very quickly, briefly, about the rest of the other activities I had here, because you can also see my haul of stuff there, where my pen is pointing. Again, you can see more of this on my Instagram story to see it in full. But there are a lot of cool vendors there. You can't see it fully here, but I got this one poster that is of Peter Griffin as Springtrap. And I believe it says like, holy smokes, I'm the man behind the slaughter. It doesn't say smokes, but something like that. And I fucking love it. I got an 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 pen light from this one stall. I got a berry pen light from her stall. I got a really cute checky with her. I got a pink pin that says Alpha, and Neri got a blue one that says Omega. And I got a certified Yuri expert pin, and Neri has a Yaoi one. I got a Tamagotchi pin. I got a Zhangli and Yanfei pin, and I got a really cute Rivale charm. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But so the performances. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I actually, honestly, I wanted to have 2 pages like this because I wanted to have one that was about the Idol Matsuri and one that was about the Cherry Cabaret, but I didn't have any cabaret photos, and I only found someone who took a bunch of them right before I started stream, so I could not do that, unfortunately, but I'll try and repost them on other places. But holy shit, the stage was so good! So, at this con, I also, give me 1 sec, I need to grab some more water. Hang on. Oh my god, guys, you have no idea how good it was. My headphones are tangled in my mic wire. And it's really, how the fuck did this happen? Hang on. I'm sorry if this is making weird noises in my microphone. Okay, where is my water? I can't find anything. There we go. There's a chance that I might be getting sick, which makes sense. It's normal to come home from a big con with an illness, but I don't think I'm sick, but my nose is kind of blocked. But that also might just be because it was like really cold when we got out and then really warm, stuff like that. I tend to get a blocked nose after big sudden temperature changes. And I don't have any other sickness symptoms, I think. But who knows? Okay, hang on. So, the performances. Oh my god. So, first of all, there was a ton of stuff at the stage for this whole con. I think next time I go, or just in the future when I go to one like this, I want to make sure that they're at a hotel, like that the place is actually in, so that we can stay super late, because they also had parties every night. Like they had a DJ sets at the end of the night after the performances, and on the final night there was a bunch of big parties and like a ball and everything, which I thought was so amazing, and I really loved to go, but we were too tired. But on the Saturday, they had the They had the Cheeky Cherry Cabaret, which I don't have any photos of here. But rather than a usual Idol Fest, it was, as mentioned, a cabaret performance. And it was insane! Oh my god! Like, I knew it would be exciting. They mentioned, like, yeah, you know, a cabaret, slightly more adult. There's going to be some fun, maybe some burlesque, some comedy, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, ooh, okay, that sounds exciting. Neri and I went. When I tell you, like, this was just like a small convention, right? There were 3 aerial hoop performers. The fucking 3 of them! 3 different aerial hoop performances. 3 different full burlesque performances. Guys, I got to see so many boobies on my birthday. 3 different burlesque performances. And then there were other, like, burlesque adjacent stuff. There was live improv comedy. There were other, like, a comedy, singing acts as well as regular vocal acts. There was a cellist who did an incredible magical magic set. Oh my god, it was all amazing. And I also, actually, one of these is from the cabaret. I forgot because I thought she was in the Matsuri for a sec. This one over here. This is an idol named Lily. Their username on everything generally is Nene Tenshi. And I love them. I need to remember their pronouns, so I'll go check that in a sec. But I love Lily. I started following them a little while ago because they've just started their idol journey, or at least their idol journey as Lily, not that long ago. They're very inspired by Nene from Project 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿, so they design themselves to look a lot like her, and I think it's really sweet. They're very cute angel idol, very sweet and lovely, and they do a lot of different dance cover performances, and I think are working on original music in the future. But they performed in the cabaret, did a dance cover of 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 by Phantom Shita, which has still been stuck in my head. Oh my god, every 2 seconds I'm going, but I didn't even know that Nene was coming to this, that Lily was coming to this con. I didn't see the announcement on TikTok or like Instagram or anything somehow until I got there, and I was talking to Neri, and I was like, I think I know this idol. Hang on, that's an idol that I like. Whoa, hang on. And then I went to talk to them, and I was like, are you Lily? And they were like, oh my gosh, yes. Wait, nobody's recognized me. And I was like, holy shit, I win. I came here for berries so I could see one of the Yoshis, and then I got another one, and then I got another one. But so Lily was in the cabaret and did an amazing dance cover, and some of the other cabaret performances were also just like so insane. Like my jaw was dropped half the time, dude. I was screaming and cheering so hard. I'm still processing that I got to see fucking like 4 different aerial acts. So they said 3 aerial hoops, and one of them also did aerial, I forget the word, but like silks essentially. 4 different aerial acts. And when I say aerial, if in case that's confusing when I'm saying aloud, I don't mean like the mermaid. I mean like as in flying in the fucking air. One of them also actually, I think some of you guys would like. It was a Has Been Hotel cover for one of them. What the fuck is his name? There's a jester type character, and I forget his name. I know he's like a jester looking character, and he works, I think, with Asmodeus, and he's voiced by Alex Brightman, the voice of Beetlejuice, and he sang a song that I assume was called Fuck You. But they did cover that for their aerial hoop performance. And the chair of the entire event, I think their name was Charlie, the chair of the event, Charlie. They did performance 1 with a song that I do not remember the name with, and 1 with What Else Can I Do from Encanto. They were just all so amazing, dude. Oh, and there was also a Mau Mau from Apothecary Diaries performance on the aerial hoop stuff. With that song where Mau Mau performs with like a bunch of like floating silks on the rooftop. It was so stunning. Fizzaroli, yes, I think that guy, yeah, that one, yeah, the one voiced by Alex Berman. And song's like, fuck you, or something, but yeah. Yeah, I believe it's Fizzaroli. So because there was a whole bunch of stuff, and actually, Addie, I mentioned this to you, but one of the burlesque performances you would have loved. I mean, you would have loved all of them, but there was a particular nerdlesque one that was really fun, where this one performer, they came out in this whole cool costume, like a whole fantasy-looking costume, with like brown boots and miniskirt and corset top, and these little like glowing fireball things attached to their hips, and these goggles and everything, and this cool fiery hair and a big like flame feather boa scarf, and their performance had like voiceover parts and then music, and this huge giant inflatable dice that they had on the floor in front of the stage that they had the cameraman roll for them, because it was acted out as if they were like low on HP in a horrible critical state with their party with nothing else to do, and they were trying to seduce a dragon in order to get out of a situation. So they'd like, you know, do like their dancing and maybe like strip teasing and everything, but then roll really bad and fail and flop and be like, okay, no, I gotta lock in harder, and then do more like dancing and stripping and everything. It was so fucking cool. It was so great. It was so awesome. You would have loved their performance. They were incredible, and they were so hot. Dude, like, genuinely, the fact that on my birthday, I got to win an Uma Musume racing, see a TTRPG, and see so many boobs. I know I keep just saying see so many boobs, but I love burlesque altogether because I think it's such an incredible art form, but also, like, you know, just happening to be that it also involves a bunch of boobies. I mean, it's fucking great for me. It was so awesome. Yes, they had a gigantic D20. I will say, like I said, pretty much all of the big events had professional cameramen filming and taking photos of the whole thing. So the second that more of the stuff in this event is posted, I will be yelling about it with all my friends and repost it and everything so you guys can see, because I need you to see everything I saw at this con. Like, it was genuinely so amazing. Some of the craziest lineup performances I've ever seen. Sounds so cool. Yeah, right. It was so awesome. Oh my gosh. It was so cool. And there was also a burlesque performance of I'm Just Ken from the Barbie movie. This dude came out in like the full Ken outfit when he's in like the Casa Bonita dude house thing. And they did a burlesque performance of I'm Just Ken, stripping and everything through it. And they had like hashtag Ken off bedazzled on their booty shorts after they stripped off their jeans and everything. Fucking hilarious, absolutely wonderful. There was another that was based around girls just want to have fun, where this person came out in like a big fluffy pink and rainbow colored pastel, like I'm forgetting the word, but one of those like big giant pajama hoodie things, with like a bunch of big fluffy pink unicorns and plushies and everything. And it was about the idea of liking childish or silly and colorful things no matter how old you get, no matter how mature you are, and being able to enjoy them no matter what age you are, because it's like them playing around and then a voiceover talking about how they're grown up. You know, they get older and still have fun with it all and strip off to reveal like big pink like rainbow tassels on their tits and stuff. These like silly bloomers and everything. It was so much fun. Kind of mad at me. Right, they're all so good. They're all so good. I'm at a strip club trying to see some movies. yeah. It was all so good. Like, it was insane. And the fact that I got this all at a con, at a fucking convention where I just thought I was gonna see idols and stuff, at like a small run one, and also where, again, like the price I paid for all 3 days was less than I've paid for one day at something. Like, it was insane. HaruhiCon was genuinely insane, dude. And then, like I said, there was also a cellist who did a cover of like a huge medley of Madoka Magica and I think other anime music. Was incredible. Lily, this idol in the corner in this lovely cute outfit, did an amazing dance cover of Botobaka by 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿. I think there was another dance performance. Oh right, yes, there was 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿, and I am forgetting the name of the other performer, which is really bothering me because I followed them and I really liked them and I met them in another thing. There were two idols who did a cover of Miniskirt by AOA, which I loved, and I also met one of them during a lip sync battle panel that I did, which I forgot to tell you guys about in the last slide. I need to go back to that really quick, because during the activity stuff, one of the panels that I went to was a lip sync battle. It wasn't actually a battle, so to speak. It was more like anyone could come up and do a little lip sync number in this panel room. There were a bunch of fun things. One of my favorites personally was this person who was in cosplay as Fictional from Honkai Star Rail, specifically in like his yellow hoodie and purple pajama pants, like they're in the Fictional's little shitty fashion, and they did a cover of 1,000 Miles, the fucking making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound, and they were like so girly pop about it, and it was so wonderfully in character for Fictional. I fucking loved it. It just felt like really seeing Fictional and HSR at karaoke with his like stupid little dance moves in his terrible fashion, feeling himself, and I loved it so much. There was also someone who was in Eggman bunny suit cosplay who did Telephone by Lady Gaga and Beyonce, which I loved, and I got up there. Addie, you would have loved this, but I decided impromptu, since they were taking suggestions, to get up there and lip sync my heart out to Give It To Me by the Northern Boys. And I think some of it might have been filmed. There were cameramen in there for part of lip sync battle. I don't know if they were there for that or if they were just there for some of the end stuff. But I know they were there in part of it. So if any of that was filmed or had photos taken, then I'll show you guys as soon as I can. But yeah, I got up there and did Give It To Me by the Northern Boys. I threw ass to it. I acted all the way out. It was very fun. And then I also did Planet of the Bass with Neri. So they were both very, very fucking fun. Fucking screwed. Yeah, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I shook my ass like hell to that and lost so many clips because I was in the full decor of it that you can see from that little J fashion photo at the top. So I had to like take my ears off in advance for everything, and I lost so many clips flying around the room while I was twerking and everything. Yes, exactly. What was I gonna say? But yes, back to the performances. The cabaret was insane. And like I said, there was also live improv comedy. There were some great like comedic vocal performances, as well as a really stunning vocal performance by someone whose name I have forgotten, but I will have to check, because they listed like one of the things about this con that was so great. They were so personally involved in every single thing that, like, you know, I said the staff and community were really welcoming and fun and friendly and helpful the whole time. But also on the website for HaruhiCon, which you can find in the description of the stream, by the way, if any of you guys want to learn about the con or any of the performers that I've mentioned, or see what you missed, or if you want to make sure that you can go next time, because they said they will do it again next year probably, but they don't have dates yet. Then they actually listed like they had links and descriptions for every single person in the vendors hall, and I believe for most, if not all, the performers and panelists as well. So it was very cool. But yeah, anyway, cabaret was insane. And then on Sunday was the Sakura Idol Matsuri, where we got to see the idols instead. Oh my gosh. So I have a story about this idol here, Rainsy. This is Rainsy from Unistar, a very cute UK and in fact mostly Scotland-based idol group. I already was a fan of Magical Rosie, who I think I've talked about before from last time I went to Hyper Japan. She is a Scotland and UK based idol. Like I say Scotland and UK because she's based in Scotland, but also she's just all over the UK. You get the idea. But Rosie is a Scotland-based idol who I loved for all of her solo work. And then not that long ago, she announced that she was going to switch over to working primarily in Unistars, a group. So it was now Rosie and Angel and Rainsy, and they're a trio. They cover they sing all of Rosie's pre-existing songs as group songs, and also have their own original song, Shooting Star. And I love them. They're super cute. They have such great chemistry together. I think Rosie really flourishes in the group. I think all of them are really amazing. Angel's really cute. Rainsy's really cute. But as soon as I heard about this group, right, I was already a 𝘆cie fan, but then I looked into them and saw their intros and everything, got to know them a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I love all three of them, but I think I'm also really gonna start liking 𝘆cie. I think she's super cute. I love her energy, very my kind of idol. I love her purple color. She's so cute. I think that's gonna end up being my second 𝘆cie. And then while we were at this convention, let me go to the next slide quickly. You can see up here, Neri and I met these really cute cosplayers as they were both doing Millie Parfait from Niji Sanji and second. Is Obsidious second or Etheria second? Third wave Etheria. Yeah, I think Etheria is third. From Niji Sanji and third wave Etheria. And somehow I did not clock that one of these was 𝘆cie. Shit. Because one of those Millie cosplayers was in fact 𝘆cie, this idol here. She also was she cosplayed on Friday. They cosplayed as I moved stuff on my screen. I don't know which things I moved. They cosplayed as Pinkie Pie and Applejack from MLP, and I complimented them then, and we talked a little bit about our outfits. And then on Saturday, we met them again as Millie cosplayers. One of them in Millie's first outfit, and one of them in Millie's second outfit. And we were like talking to them, talking about Niji, getting along and everything. They were like, oh, were you the person in the decor yesterday? And mind you, I didn't just not realize, like you can't just say I saw her face and didn't recognize her at a cosplay, because then we exchanged social media. I exchanged Instagram accounts with them, and I like saw 𝘆cie follow me, but for some reason, I don't know, I guess I was just too busy and distracted. I didn't properly read her username and see that it said 𝘆cie right there, or her bio that says that she's in Unistars. So I just still didn't fucking process it or clock that it was 𝘆cie. I was just like, oh, we met these really cool Millie cosplayers. And then the next day, I saw them hanging out together again. One of them was cosplaying Merald from 𝘆cie Memories. I think their name is, I need to double check their name because they were messaging me earlier, but I'm really bad at remembering names off the top of my head when I first meet people. Hang on. What's his name? Joey was their friend. Joey is cosplaying as Merald from 𝘆cie Memories, the My Melody representative character. And 𝘆cie was just being 𝘆cie herself, because she was in her outfit ready to perform with Unistars later in the Sakura Idol Matsuri. And I saw them hanging out together, and I was like, wait, hang on! And then I had to talk to them afterwards and be like, dude, I don't know how I didn't clock that it was you. I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan. I just didn't fucking realize. I talked to her for 2 days straight without realizing that that was someone I'm already a fan of. But anyway, so I got 2 𝘆cie surprises at this con. Not only did I not realize that Lily was going to be there, and then got to see Lily perform during the cabaret and say hi, I didn't realize that Unistars was going to be there. So then I got to see Rosie and 𝘆cie and Angel and say hi and cheer for them as well. Insane. It was so amazing. But anyway, Unistars did a really great performance. They were so cute. They did Akihabara Daydream, which I'm very happy about because it was one of my favorites of 𝘆cie songs, and now one of my favorite of Unistars, and I think it sounds even better with 3 people. And they also did Shooting Star. It was so cute. I loved seeing them live. And there were so many idols there. I am in fact saving the best for last on purpose. Like I am saving the big special guest for last on purpose. But you can see up here, if I turn myself around a little bit, hello. So over here, there were a whole ton of idols. Charlie, the chair of the event, and a whole dance team of theirs that I have forgotten the name of, did a cover of 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿. And here's Unistars together. There were a bunch of really cute cosplay performers and everything. There's this person, Azia, who did Awazora Jumping Heart. I believe they were in Umi cosplay though, so it was kind of funny to me. There was Decophonic there. There's a Mako's representative Decophonic. This idol, whose name I have forgotten again because I didn't actually get to speak to them personally much, did a cosplay of 𝘆cie Marin from Hololive. What is her Hololive gen? Is it No. I forget her Hololive gen. I can't do my own little bit of saying Cobra Idol's full introduction each time. But did a cosplay of 𝘆cie Marin and performed Bishoujo Muzai Pirates and Treasure Box. I'm forgetting the full title of Treasure Box. It's longer than that. But that was amazing. And I remember noticing with them as well that I watched them, and the whole time I was telling Neri like, oh my god, their stage presence was so good. They're such a great performer. I loved it. I loved cheering along to Marin's songs. It's one of my 𝘆cies, you know. I love Marin. And then Neri and a couple of our friends that we made talked to them after, and they mentioned this was their first time performing solo, but it was insane. I can't wait for you guys to see the videos from the cameramen and stuff, because it was actually actually crazy, their stage presence. There was this really cute Rina performer, and I believe, where are they? Because this Rina also had a 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 with them, who was someone that I made friends with as well, but I can't find them on here, but I also might just be looking wrong. But there was a Rina and 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 from 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 performance. There were so many performances. This person 𝘆ecie here is someone that why am I forgetting their name? I need to go check, because I was talking to them earlier and it's feeling me feel really bad that I'm forgetting their name. Hang on. 𝘆cie queen. Oh my god, she was amazing. Did an amazing performance of World Is Mine this way, and then also did miniskirt performance in the cabaret. So incredible. And I also saw her doing the lip sync battle, and she did a cover of Kyun Vampire Girl from Idolmaster. She just bass taste all around. I've gained so many new idols to stand, so many new Oshis from the masquerade, no, not from the masquerade, from the cabaret and from the matsuri. I fucking love it so much. There were so many amazing talents, guys. They were so exciting. I fucking love idols. And okay, over here, the big event, the special guest of this con, Barry. How sweet is everyone's favorite idol, Barry Sweet? Oh my god, I got to see Barry live. Barry came to the UK! I can't do my proper screaming that I usually do because my voice is worn out. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. I love Barry. So Barry came to the UK for HaruhiCon as their special guest, and it was so amazing. All of the other idols, I think it was really interesting how they did the matsuri, because each idol seemed to get maybe 5 minutes for their set. So most idols did medleys of 1 or 2 songs in TV size rather than a full song. And I thought that was honestly really cool, because even though it was a short set, I mean, everyone got to show off a range of their skills and styles and stuff, and it got everybody really extra hyped. And then Barry did 3 full songs at the end as a special guest, along with a little talk section, MC section in between. And it also started with an interview with Barry from Becky Cruel, who I do not know that much about, but I remember seeing around a lot. And then also they talked about her for this, but she was big in J-pop and idol and dance communities in the past as well. And I think mostly does influencer stuff now, but I also don't know. I need to check more into her socials, but it was so cool seeing Becky interviewed Barry at the very start. They talked a lot about, Barry's journey as an idol and the differences in idol culture in Japan and in America and the UK and stuff like that, and all of her personal history. And it's so cool. I felt so proud. Oh my gosh. And yeah, Barry performed all 3 of her, was it 4 things that she did? Yes, 4 songs. So she did all 3 of her original songs, Waku Waku Dreaming, the song that is really long name in Japanese that I forget the name of, but it basically means it's okay for me to be weird, right? And Kimi to Betty, her 3rd song that isn't out yet. And then also did a cover of a song by Hero Project, but I have forgotten the name of it now. but Barry, yeah! And it was so amazing. I just keep saying it was amazing. I've said it's amazing so many times. I got to check in with her after and got to tell her how incredible she was. And I also brought her light sticks, although actually my light stick, I kind of broke it while I was in the crowd, which goes to show how hard I was voting, but it's okay. But because of the type of light stick it is, I can just glue it back together and I'll be fine. But oh my god, she is so incredible. Barry has come so far as an idol after all of the hardship that her idol journey started with, and how strong she's continued being, and how much she's continued pushing for what she to chase her dreams. And she's so incredibly professional and wonderful. It's kind of like when I saw Phoebe at the Expo, I had a similar experience where, first of all, I'm like, oh my god, wow, you actually sound like that in real life, in a good way. Because Phoebe and Barry, I think, both have very idol voices in a way. Especially Phoebe, because her voice sounds so animated and fae-like and sparkly and floaty that when you hear her in person, you're like, oh, whoa, it's real. I knew she wasn't faking, but hearing it in your ears and not over a computer screen is whoa. And the same goes for Barry. She's so very animated and lovely, and I'm like, oh my gosh, whoa, your voice is real. You're real. Get down there and hurt yourself. No, I'm gonna stay up based on Barry power. It's okay. I'm holding on to the light fixture with my tail. Don't worry about it. It's so amazing. So Barry is a kind of the same, where it's like, oh my god, you sound like that in real life, and you look like that in real life. She's so pretty, she's so amazing, she's so incredible, she's so sweet. I yapped with her when we got to her merch table about love and deep space, mostly actually, and a lot of stuff. I had a little chat with her while she was when I was getting a checky with her about idol things, and also how she wanted to take part in the Friday night skate with Magical Melody and Phoebe, and I'm forgetting the names of some of the other idols because I'm talking about too many things at once. And Paida, I believe, was also in that, yes. But she was, coming here for this. But I'm so glad she came here for this, because it's still insane that I got to see one of my 𝘆cies from overseas for her first fucking performance in Europe on my birthday! And oh my gosh, one thing that Barry mentioned while she was in her interview stuff is that even though she is a good singer, mind you, I love her voice as well, but she mentioned that her strength generally is dance. That's really where her like passion lies. She said that she's joked sometimes that it's like she sings because she has to, she dances because she wants to. And she is a great singer, including live, but yeah, dancing is really her super duper specialty. You know, every idol has a thing that they're like extra special at. And I really felt that watching her. I already knew she was an amazing dancer, and it's part of why I love her, because I'm so dance built, you know. Like, I love vocals, I am a vocalist as well, but I am especially dance focused, which I wish I could show off to you guys. But I am a big dancer person and a dance nerd because I did dance at GCSE, so I'm really extra attached to idols who are great dancers, including like being expressive and doing their fansa and everything while they dance. And Barry is amazing. Oh my god, she's amazing. Holy shit, she is so incredible. She's so incredible. Like, you already see it when she's doing stuff like on video and everything, but seeing it live is so incredible. She's so snappy and perfect and precise with all of her movements, never misses a beat. She always has the exact energy she needs. She's so good at moving everything. Considering she choreographs all of her original songs to show off that dancing is her specialty as well, it makes it extra cool. She's so expressive and lovely and just so very idol. She's so idol. Like with Phoebe, she's one of those people where I feel like you watch her and you're just like, you were born for this job. You were meant to be an idol. This is like exactly what you were meant to do. You were born to be on stage. She's so very idol in the way she dances. I can't express it. I know very few idols that dance and express themselves on stage as well as she does. I think even if she didn't sing and she just lip synced, I would have the time of my life with her performances, but she also does sing. It's amazing. She's really good with like with her fansa, which is a really important part of being an idol, because I think when a lot of people hear fansa or fan service, they think of it just as like sexy anime fan service, but as an idol, it's kind of part of what you do, you know. And it doesn't just mean like doing stupid things, but like in the middle of your dancing, expressing and smiling the whole time and like engaging with the crowd, working your crowd and having stage presence. And Barry has a ton of it. She makes the stage sparkle as bright as all her outfits and as bright as she does, and it's so amazing. Oh my god, it was such an incredible experience, and it was so fun getting to actually say her call and response out loud. I loved listening to all her songs, cheering for them, doing WOTA throughout all of them. Personally, see, so when you, fun fact for you guys, for a lot of WOTA who go to idol concerts, especially when you go to concerts that have like a seating rather than just everyone standing, especially for like cons and stuff, what you usually do, if you want to do like full WOTA with your arm move and stuff, you go and find standing space at the back or over to the side, you know, you find somewhere where there's more space and more room so you don't hit anyone or disturb anyone, and people who are going to stand still or like, you know, just do more minimal movements can go to the front and, you know, not be interrupted. But personally, especially because I usually don't do a lot of the full WOTA arm stuff, me and Neri, and also because Neri will tend to sit down as well, because he can't do all of that, we tend to sit towards the front in idol things when we go to conventions, especially because a lot of the time we're the first people there as well. And we like to be right up front so that idol can see us and we can cheer our hearts out and we can yell, but also because I like to guide other people. When we go to cons and everything, you know, like idol culture is booming a lot more overseas in the US and UK and everything than it used to. It keeps growing and everything. They keep starting to be more and more idol events and spaces put on and more idol fests at cons and stuff like that. And you know, but it's still starting from a low point, you know. Like there aren't spaces specifically designed for idols in the same way that there are in Japan, or at least not nearly as many, and especially in the UK. Like it's taken so long for idols to start being more recognized. Idol fests like this, where there are just consistently idols on stage at cons and stuff, are so fucking rare, dude. It's like it's really fucking rare. We have very few of them. And we're having the first ever con that is made for idols. It's happening, I believe, this year. There's an idol con made by Ani Manga Pop coming up as well. But yeah, so it started from very little in the UK. So a lot of people, even when they go to watch idols at convention stuff, don't really know exactly what they're doing, even if they're starting to get into the spirit of it, right? So as Vota, like myself, and like Neri, we like to try and be at the front, not just so that we can cheer for the idol, but so that we can sort of lead other people. I like being able to encourage other people to join in, even if they don't know what they're doing. Especially because so many people had light sticks for this, because HaruhiCon sold their own light sticks, and Berry sold hers as well. So way more people had light sticks than you usually get at a con. So being up front meant a lot of people, if they want to learn how to like wave their pen lights, got to look at what we were doing. If they want to chant, then we get to chant super loud, because we both project our voices really well, because we're vocalists. We both project our voices as loud as possible so that we can cheer and guide everyone in cheering. It's always way easier to get people to join in when you're, you know, up front and they can hear you the whole time. And it worked, and I love it. I love it. It's something I really love doing. Like, I don't like sitting up front just so that I can be seen or something for attention. It's so that other people will join, because I think doing 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 stuff is like, and doing mixing and everything is an experience that so many people deserve to try out for watching idols. It is so much more fun being at a concert when you get to fully engage with it. Like, whether that's being at a normal concert and dancing and singing along instead of just recording on your phone, or being an idol thing and doing 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 and mix and chants instead of just sitting there. It is so fun. It's so exhilarating. You get to fully be part of the experience, and the idol on stage gets to have such a more full experience and be so much more confident and excited when they know that the crowd loves them too. When you are on stage and you hear people cheering back, you see them smiling, you see them waving and putting their energy to it, like, you share the energy back and forth. Idols have a way easier time performing when other people are giving energy back to them, even if you're just smiling, or even if you just say hi, or go woo, or clap every now and then. That is amazing in itself, and it makes it such a great experience to everyone. It makes it so much more memorable. It's so much better than just sitting there doing nothing, or just sitting there and staring at them and frowning, or just filming it for yourself, even though I'm also grateful to the people that filmed because that means that I got to see it again and relive it. I love encouraging people to join in, so I love doing that. And I got to do that a lot for this one. Neri and I, whenever we know an idol that's going to perform, or know their set perhaps, then we try to prepare, we try to think about mixes that we could do in specific songs, or like prepare certain chants that we could get people to join in with, that we can do. So we did that for all of Berry's songs that we knew, and came prepped for them. For Waku Waku Dreaming, it has a really great space that fits in Kahen Sanren during the bridge, which we did, and that was lovely, and there were definitely people joining in with us, especially because there was Joey and Rainsy, who I knew as Niji fans, so I knew that they'd be able to join in Kahen Sanren with us because that's the chant that's in Diamond City Lights. I did standard mix at the start of pretty much every one of her songs, and also a lot of other songs, and then for, again, I'm forgetting the full title in Japanese, but her very second single, we did 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 at the end. And I love seeing when an idol gets to hear these all and cheer and excited along. There was so much highs, so much hoo and hoo. It was so great. Kahen Sanren is the Diamond City Lights chants, the Jinzo Fire Fiber Wiper. And 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 is the itai koto ga arun da yo, yappari Berry wa kawaii yo. But yeah, Kahen Sanren is Jinzo Fire Fiber Wiper. That one, the famous one. Those costumes look amazing, right? Because the three you're seeing in the bottom are all their original idol outfits. So those are just the people themselves. But that shot up in the top, you can see a lot of the cosplayers that were in the Matsuri as well. And they're so amazing. I love cosplay idols as much as original idols. I love all kinds of idols, every form of idol. They're so incredible. It was such an amazing lineup, dude. And Berry was such a perfect act to end it on. She was so incredible. I'm so glad to have seen her live. I've yapped so much better already, but she's just so amazing. She's so incredible, and I really love her. She's really inspiring as well. I aspire a lot to her. She's a great point of reference and inspiration for me. Like, as a person, her dedication to everything, how hard she works. She's very humble as well in knowing the things that she's not good at, and also that she can work to be good at them. You know, she knows what her strengths are, her specialties are, and all the things that don't come as naturally to her. I like how she says that she is her specialty is dancing and not singing, but I think she's an incredible singer. That's because she keeps working to sing better, and to sing more live and do all these things and everything, and working on her vocals, her pronunciation, all her technique and all that kind of stuff. She's really great in not letting things hold her back, no matter all of the horrible stuff she's been through. She always appears on stage with a smile, no matter how hard things have been for her, and it is so incredible. And she conducts herself really professionally as well. I think something that is key to idols, and also I think to most things like streamers and VTubers, right? That I talk about sometimes, but only a little bit when people ask me about advice and stuff, is I think a lot of people don't quite process at first how much, how to put it, like conscious work goes into a lot of these things. Hang on, let me have some water. I need to drink some water. I've been yapping too hard. Hi, Charlie. Hello. Good afternoon. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Yeah, how much conscious work goes into a lot of this stuff. And I don't just mean conscious work into things like dancing and singing, because that's obvious, but into presenting and conducting yourself, I suppose, into fansa, into giving your energy and smiling all the time. And I think a lot of people kind of by default will tend to have this black and white view in their head where either everything is just someone just doing things entirely naturally and accidentally, or it is someone being entirely fake, right? Especially because of the way a lot of media presents things. They think in their heads that if someone is acting all the time, then they're fake. And either that means they're suffering and putting on their smile and that's a bad thing, or it means that they're just fake and they're actually like a bitch and they're pretending to be really nice and enjoy everything. But that's not the case. To be an idol, to be like a pro level VTuber or something like that, to be any kind of like public entertainment personality, it requires work. It is something you do consciously all the time when you're giving like a really happy energy to people and inspiring them and making, and like, you know, putting out your positivity and your energy into all these things, conducting yourself in this way. And I think that is a good thing. I think that is entirely done positively. And you know, all idols act themselves up. You figure out what is your personality, your traits that you can show off. You figure out what is your specialty, what is your charm point, and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't mean anyone's fake. It just means they're good at it. And they do that. It shows when that is done out of genuine love and then learning how to fulfill this role. It is, you know, still a job. It is still work, even if it is work done out of genuine passion and their own sincere personality. And I think Berry shows that really well. She's so inspiring to me. I admire her a lot. I want to be Berry when I grow up, basically. I have to go. No, well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a very lucky day. And also, if you did cosplay me one day, that would be the light of my fucking life. That would be so amazing. I would love to see people cosplay me. That would be so fucking cool. But I gotta do it first. One day, trust, I'm gonna be on the stage. I want to be on the stage. I want to perform so much more in general, to be honest. Like, I want to perform more as a VTuber, like I did for oh my gosh, my brain is like for Yokai Party at Sangala Project, because that was amazing. And I still think about it constantly, especially every time I go to a con. I want to do more virtual performances like that. I want to do in-person performances. I want to do them 2D and 3D and in the fucking 4th dimension. I want to do them in every dimension. And I think about it a lot extra when I get to see idols like this. That'll be me one day. Trust. And I would love to perform at HaruhiCon one day, because this is genuinely one of the best cons I've been to all around. The management has been incredible. The team was so wonderful. The community was so friendly and welcoming. I made so many friends and it's such a great time with everyone, even though I only spoke to them briefly. It felt so comfortable. It felt so open. But then also it was like the most insane and incredible lineup of performances and like events and panels that I've ever seen. So genuinely, one of my favorites in the world. But yeah, so oh my gosh, the idols were amazing. The cabaret was amazing. Every single stage performance was so fucking amazing. Oh, you know what? One of the cabaret performances I didn't mention before, there was this one person, I believe he goes by King Dice, and he also works a lot with the team at this con. I met him first during the lip sync stuff, because he, I don't know how to describe this in any way. He is a grown-ass man who is bald. That is not an insult. It's part of the character that I'm about to say for his performances. But I saw him first during the lip sync stuff because he took a wig from, well, I believe it was his partner or someone else who was with him. He took a wig from someone else and wore it when he went on, and then did a performance of Shiny from Moana and threw it off during the chorus. And then for the cabaret, he did a parody cover of Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. He specifically used like a jazz version of it. I think I've heard this jazz arrangement online, but like a jazz version of it, and then did a parody called Older instead of Golden, all about being a con dad and getting older. And he was like, yeah, my head's getting a little bit balder. About getting balder and older and shinier in the head, but, and you know, being a little bit not hip with the kids, but still loving everything and being cringe until it dies. And I loved it so much. It was wonderful. Hi Uma. Hello, I'm Cal, but I'm 𝘆cie, not Uma, but Uma is close enough. Speaking of Uma, actually, you missed me talking about how I won an Uma racing night at this con. I won an Uma racing. It's wait, I gotta actually get myself down from here. Hang on. Hey. You can't see it very well, but over here that I'm pointing at right now is a little Kita-san black ribbon, because there was an Uma Musume racing night as one of the panels for this, where we were all split into a bunch of teams, and we got a list of Uma racers of 12, or I think it might have been 9, I don't know, of a bunch of racers that would be in a race each of like different ones. Like the first one was the NHK Mile, there was an Adi Makinen further down with different Umas in them and their odds, and we were supposed to place bets on which our first, second and third bets for winning first place would be for it, and then given like Monopoly money to bet on. and my team fucking won because we're goated. Me and Neri decided basically which Umas to bet on for most of it. We gave them the tips and guidance because we were the only like Uma veterans on the table, I suppose, and the others manage the money for Aura betting because we are not good with money. And together, our combined power, we won. And Neri and I actually left half an hour in. We got to see the first race and then had to leave to go watch a TTRPG panel that we were doing. And they came back in later to tell us that we fucking swept. So we're just goated. Goated us team. I love Umas. I love Umas. But yeah. The performances were amazing. Cabaret, amazing. Matsuri, amazing. I will be thinking about them forever, and I'm so excited to see all of the videos and photos from them. It's so incredible. Bye, I'm back sleep. Bye-bye. Oh, yes, me. Thanks for stopping by. And, okay, I think my last page on here. I'm drinking some water. Cosplay stuff! There were so many cool cosplayers. Oh my gosh. I did, where is it? I did mention over here, these Millie cosplayers, of which one of them was Rainsy, and it was still insane to me that I spoke to, her in cosplay, in MLP cosplay and in Millie cosplay, and then didn't clock until she was out of it that she was Rainsy, even though she followed me, and I just didn't fucking read the notification properly, and realized this was Rainsy, and that Unistar's performing here because I'm stupid. But I had such a fun time with all the cosplayers I met. Look at, these are just a handful of the ones that I took photos of. I wish I'd taken more photos of more people that I saw there and also asked for their socials because they were so amazing. But I befriended a lot of people that I found in cosplay and everything like that here because the community was just so nice and lovely. It's genuinely so amazing. I feel like at a lot of cons, especially huge ones, you can kind of sometimes end up with like a sort of cliquey vibe, especially in the past with con stuff. Or when they're really huge, it's hard to like break into a crowd or group of friends because there's like so much stuff going on. But this one had a really nice balance of having a billion stuff to do, but being small enough and with such a friendly staff team and everything that was so personally invested in everything that it felt so easy to just say hi to someone or get along to them or chat with them. But so here is Joey and Rainsy, the awesome Millies that I met. This person, I'm gonna forget everyone's names because I've spoken to most of the people that are in these photos on Instagram after posting them and like sending them the photos I took of them and everything. But I have not listed down all their names in my head yet. But if you want to see them, I believe pretty much all of these people are tagged on my story, and anytime I post these people on my stories, I'm trying to locate them. So if you want to find any of these cosplayers, same for the idols that I posted before, if you go to my Instagram, then they're all tagged there. But this Rumi cosplayer I loved is Rumi in her pajamas with the teddy bears and choo-choo trains. Choo-choo. I love so much. I've never seen anyone cosplay like that before. So cool, especially with the hair here. This Columbina cosplay was so fucking pretty. I loved it so much. I love this polyurethane cosplay. I've seen a handful of cosplays of polyester and polyurethane ever since the second season of Panty and Stocking came out, but I've not seen many of them in person, and I love polyurethane. I love him. Talking about Panty and Stocking is really hard because it makes you sound really insane when I say, oh yeah, I love polyurethane. It doesn't sound like I'm talking about a twink. I mean, even though he's not a twink, he's technically a hunk, but I pretend he's a twink in my head. But this was so amazingly crafted. And look, I got to meet my host daughter! I got host daughter! In fact, there are a bunch of Uma cosplays. There was a really cool Oguri and Cesario cosplayer that I met, and I wish I'd taken their socials because I spoke to them a few times, but I didn't ask them for their accounts or anything, but they were really cool. If you're out there, please, I'm reaching out to you. Who also saw do karaoke. Oh, right, yeah, because HaruhiCon had a really interesting karaoke system. Most places most cons that I've been to that have karaoke, either they just have like a little karaoke machine in a corner somewhere, or they have one little room for it, but it's basically like you can either put your name on a list and do karaoke once your song is called up, or it's just kind of a free-for-all. It's like whoever puts their hand up or whatever. But for this one, you could actually book out like an entire hour for you and your group, and then there would be a free-for-all later. But Neri and I came in while one group was finishing their stuff up, and we got to cheer for the Oguri cosplayer while they did ice cream, which was very fun. And then did our own karaoke stuff later. Great time. But yeah, I got to Haru that cosplay as well. I got to see my daughter. My daughter didn't need to win the Uma race night because I got to see her instead. There was this Anaxa, this Anaxagoras. It feels weird when I call him Anaxa. Neri is a nerd about Anaxagoras, and I write Mighty in RP with Neri. And I specifically have a headcanon, crazy tangent already, but I have a headcanon for Mighty that, I don't even like saying Mighty, I like saying Mighty. I need more water, here you go. I need water again. Hydration time. Nonde. Music. I mean, it's a nice stream. Thank you, Maha. I'm having a wonderful time yapping. I'm having a great time. I've missed you guys so much. I've missed yapping at you guys, and I have so much to yap about. I love going to cons. Anyway, my fucking tangent. I have a headcanon from me personally, at least when I write Mighty Honkai Star Rail. That I know he doesn't in game. Oh my gosh, hang on, I need more water. I feel so awkward whenever I have to stop and take a break to drink water, but I'm like yapping too fast for how thirsty I am. And I don't want to accidentally fuck up my throat again. Anyway, as I was saying, I have a headcanon for Mighty Honkai Star Rail that he refers to Anaxa as Anaxagoras, because that is his name. If you guys don't know, Anaxa, this is a crazy tangent. He's listed in game as Anaxa, and most people call him Anaxa, but his name is Anaxagoras, and he will correct people on it constantly that his name is Anaxagoras and not Anaxa. And he even says in his voice lines that he's fine with the students nicknaming things like Nax or Naxi or Professor A, because they're fine. He just hates the name Anaxa. Hang on. Do I need to burp? Is that what this is? Somebody come burp me. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry if you heard that. Tascado for you. I love him for that. Yeah, it's great. And what I think generally, my assumption is, I know some people have different headcanons on why he cares so much about it, but my answer, especially after looking at it with Neri, is based on the way that his name works, because the origin of the name, this is my short, dumb explanation, especially because I've forgotten the full details of it, but essentially, it's that the name is based on a few different words, and the way it splits is Anax, and then Agora, and then I think the S is another third thing, but it doesn't split as Anaxagoras, it's Anax Agoras. Like, that's where the name is split into two different words. So calling him Anaxa to him sounds fucking stupid. People just do that. But it's like, it's essentially, you know how I'm fine with being called Emme, even though my name's Emmy, but I don't like being called Emer, because I'm like, what the fuck is Emer? Like, when people split it as E-M-E-R, that doesn't make sense to me. If you call me E-M-E, like Emme, and you split my name as Emiraki, I'm like, yeah, that's not how it works. It is based on my, it's based on Emmy and then Meraki, the word, but seeing it and thinking Emiraki is fine. That, like, you can split it like that. It looks like Iraqi is a suffix, but Emer just sounds really awkward and really dumb, right? Anaxa is the same thing. So in his head, to Anaxagoras, Anaxa sounds the same as calling me Emer. He's fine with you saying Anax or Nax or Naxi or something. That's fine, but Anaxa sounds stupid to him. So I have a headcanon. Let me get there. I have a headcanon that Mighty calls him Anaxagoras, because Mighty seems like the type of guy, especially because I am a multi-shipper with like all Hoyoverse things. I'm with most things anyway. So I like Fide, I like MyFire, whatever you want to call it. I like Anaxa and Mighty as a ship as well. So especially in ship context, I imagine that he'd probably hear him, like, I don't know, maybe refer to him as Anaxa by someone else, and he would hear the explanation from Anaxagoras. He'd be like, no, call me Anaxagoras, and Mighty would be like, oh, okay. And then he just would. He seems like that type of guy to me, you know? Especially because Mighty is called Mightimos. And he actually got the name Mighty, that is a name that he uses in Alchema, and it's actually even ridiculed for it by some Kremnoans. Sorry, I'm being such a fucking nut. So it's something he'd be passionate about too. Anyway, basically, because I think Mighty would say Anaxagoras and not just say Anaxa, because he'd hear that and then respect Anaxagoras' wishes, I, most of the time, say Anaxagoras, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong when I say just Anaxa. And also because Neri is a nerd, so he says Anaxagoras too. So anyway, tangent aside, this is another tangent, but a while ago I watched Kiara Takanashi from Hololive English Myth. She did a stream talking about coming back from her, no, this wasn't after Dawn to Dawn, this was after a different concert, I think, after a concert that she did, I think it was after Holofest, or Holo Expo, but she was talking about her memories from that, and she had a little, like, a tangent counter on the screen, like a little bullet point list of all the tangents that she'd go on throughout her explaining, and I think I should do that anytime that I do Wazatsu. But anyway, this Anaxagoras cosplayer is also the same as this Kave here, and they're really cool. They're Kave that, like, they have the full Merak bag there, and even has a little face on the other side, and they cosplayed Anaxagoras in his full fit on the start of this day, and then the Dromus onesie later. Burp again. Get ready, Tascado. Hang on. Okay, anyway. I love them. I made great friends with this person. I think their name is Yuki or Yuki. I don't actually remember how to pronounce it. I need to double check that. But Neri and I befriended them while we were there. And I thought they were wonderful. It just so happened that like, cause Neri is also a 𝘂𝗿 fan, so am I, and an Anaxagoras stan. So we fucking won. But I also saw them, like we saw them on the first day and we're like, wow, there's a really cool 𝘂𝗿 there. And then ended up running into them later. And then the next day we were like, wow, there's an Anaxagoras. Oh my gosh, it's the same person. And then saw Anaxagoras. See, I can't say Anaxa, it throws me off. Anaxagoras in a onesie. And we're like, oh, there's Anaxagoras. Of course, it's the same person. I remember there was a funny moment with them on the first day as well, that we spoke to them while they were in cosplay and everything and took photos with them. And then later we went to the opening ceremony for the con, and they came to sit with us because they were like, yeah, I'm kind of lost my friends for the moment. I'm a little alone. Can I sit with you guys? And we hung out with them, offered them some cookies and talked to stuff. And they just so happened to end up in situations that were really in character because, they mentioned that like they came to sit with us because they lost other people and they had an 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 who was with them, but they lost 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿. In fact, 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿, I'm just gonna refer to them with their character names for this because I don't know that the 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 cosplayer's name, and you know, I'm saying this because it was ended up really in character, so it's very funny to me. If you guys are Genshin fans, you'll get it. But their 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 took them to like a quiz and then put bunny ears on them and then left. And they couldn't find them to come to the opening ceremony to all the big party stuff, so they were just at the actual like ceremony party bit on their own and left with us. I'm just like, man, I don't know, I kind of lost everyone. 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 just fucking disappeared, which is entirely in character, honestly, for stuff that 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 and 𝘂𝗿 would do. But then they also mentioned that they can't go back to the hotel either because they left their keys without 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿. Which, if you guys are Genshin players, you will know that 𝘂𝗿 and 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 have idle animations because they live together, where 𝘂𝗿 loses his keys and 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 has them. So it was very funny to me. They're very wonderful people on their own as well. I just thought it was really fucking hilarious that they happen to have these moments in character. This is one of my favorite things about cosplaying, is not just being able to act up the characters yourself for photos and little funny moments, but when things just happen to go that way too. So it was a wonderful nerd day for me. Like, you know, like with seeing that one Finan do lip sync battle of 1,000 Miles and just feel entirely accurate to how Finan would be at karaoke. Having 𝘂𝗿 cosplayers entirely in character, wonderful. You know, I realized, this is another tangent about ship names, but it'll only take like 1 minute. But there's so many ship names for, especially for like yaoi ships, where I just say them, unless they have a name that is based on like objects, like when people call Boot Hill and Argenti, like Guns N' Roses or something like that. If they're just their names in order, then I tend to just say whichever flows off my tongue better. But those names are usually based on the order of who's topping or bottoming, based on like JP standards, right? Hang on. And like, I respect that. I respect people who like their names that way. Oh my gosh, hang on. I need a drink again. I'm yapping so hard I have to consciously remind myself to drink, guys. I respect people who like their names that way. But because I'm such a multi-shipper, and even when I'm not, I'm pretty indifferent about top and bottom dynamics. Like, I'll generally like both sides, even if I have a preference. When I'm just talking about a ship casually, I just say whichever one flows off the tongue better. But I realize I have to stop every now and then and realize I just say both, otherwise it portrays me as being on one side. Like, I usually say 𝘂𝗿 when I'm talking about 𝘂𝗿 and 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿, even if I'm just talking about them as a pair and not necessarily as a ship. But that is specifically the name for if you ship 𝘂𝗿 and 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 with 𝘂𝗿 topping. And I'm usually a 𝘂𝗿 bottom majority, even though I like 𝘂𝗿 as a top as well, so I don't know why I say it that way, but whatever. It's the same as how I always say 𝘆cie when I'm talking about Finan and 𝘆cie, but I also like 𝘆cie topping just as much as I like 𝘆cie topping. I don't really care. A new Blade SP is coming out. I did. I don't have much opinion on it other than that. I think it looks good, but I'm very indifferent about Blade anyway. I think he's fine. I think he looks pretty hot. I'll probably enjoy it more when I see it in game. And I thought the original art for it was very cool. But I'll also be able to talk about that more when we play Genshin tomorrow. But yeah. Also, what was I gonna say? Right, yes. There was also up here. I need to get on the ceiling again. Hang on. Oi. You know, you said I'm not a monkey, so my tail is not made for this. But like I said, you need to remember that I'm not just a cow. I'm an alien cow. My tail can do whatever the fuck I want it to do. And I go to the gym. I go to the gym nowadays, guys. So you don't know that I'm not working out my tail in there specifically for this purpose, right? I would do that. Because I do that. I'm going to drink some more. Anyway. These Kishu cosplayer, oh my gosh, I love seeing Tokyo Mew Mew cosplayers in the wild. I love Tokyo Mew Mew cosplayers. I feel like at almost every con I go to, there's at least one Tokyo Mew Mew cosplay somewhere. But there's always like one specifically, and I love them. I love Tokyo Mew Mew, and I always will. I love it so very dearly. I love talking about it. I love seeing a Kishu cosplayer because I feel like they're really rare nowadays. Most of the time, the one Mew Mew cosplay that I do see at a con is like their updated maid outfits or something like that. And there are also these cosplayers. These ones are Alistair and Vox from Hasbin Hotel. These were just two that I happened to get, but there were a ton of really cool Hasbin cosplayers. I'm not even necessarily a Hasbin fan myself. I only started watching it because a friend recently. Even though I'd been meaning to for a while, because I was a fan of it back when the pilot dropped, and then also watched like the first season of Hell of a Boss. And then just kind of like faded out of interest unintentionally, and I'm not a huge fan of 𝘆cie for herself so much anymore, even though I was a really big fan of Viv's work back before Hasbin even started, and then just kind of forgot. But I started watching Hasbin recently, so most of these photos that I've taken were for other people, but there were still so many cool Hasbin Hotel cosplayers, and again, including that whole Fizzarolli aerial hoop performance and everything. So cool. There were a ton of Hasbin actually. Talk about Star and playing Genshin. Yeah, because I end up talking about a lot of Horrorverse stuff while I'm playing Horrorverse games, you know? But yeah, so, in conclusion, HaruhiCon was awesome. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else I needed to mention. Because I did a lot of stuff. There were so many cool things. I think I've gone over all of my main bits and pieces. I've yapped a lot about Barry, I've yapped about the idols, I've talked about my outfits with Neri. Did I ever properly elaborate on these ones? Because I mentioned we did our usual J fashion stuff on the Friday. And then on the Saturday... Oh, why is my throat being weird? Right, yeah. And then on Saturday, we did 𝘆cie cosplays. And then on the Sunday, actually, we dressed as Cinnamoroll and Mocha from Sanrio. Because Neri is a Cinnamoroll stan, and I happen to have a lot of perfect pink things, so we wanted to do a pair anyway, and we realized we could just be Cinnamoroll and Mocha. I stole all his Mocha plushies for it. It was very cute. But I also have this pom-pom pudding with me. I posted him on my story on Instagram, actually, and on Twitter, because I dressed up, Barry happens to be a pom-pom pudding fan, at least as far as I remember, so I dressed up my pom-pom pudding specifically to look like Barry. But this was held together with hopes and dreams and glue. Not even glue, with hopes and dreams and glitter, to be honest. And I didn't put glitter on it, it's just the glitter sequins that happened to be on the stuff I had, because, if any of you saw this, either from being there or from seeing my post of it, it looks, at least from the front, like I sewed a whole dress for it, right? Wrong. Loud and incorrect poster. I need to drink again. Hang on. My throat's really fucked. That makes it sound like I've actually seriously damaged it. I have not. I said that very solemnly just because I was in the middle of taking a mouthful. Hang on. But it's because I'm forgetting that my throat is tired that I keep having to stop. But anyway, I literally just grabbed, like, the base of his outfit is made from, a jacket that I already have for Pom Pom that happens to be pink. I just kind of put it on upside down and tucked the sleeves away and zipped it up at the back. And then I grabbed a bunch of ribbons and stuff that I already had for the sake of oshikatsu, like for making uchiwa, Nita bags and everything. And just kind of wrapped them around him, tied some of them in the back. Some of them I just tucked into the other ones. I had a bunch of sequins that I mostly use for decora or again for decorating uchiwa and stuff like that. And just stuck them all in all his outfit. I had hair clips that I already owned and tucked a bunch of extra things into places. It was held together with hope and dreams and somehow it survived. I don't know how, but it worked. I love all the little opposite matching oshikatsu and everything as well. With Neri's IKEA Ita bag, his Ita bag, and with my Pom Pom pudding berry. But yeah. So those, I believe, are all my main stories from HaruhiCon until I inevitably end up forgetting and yapping more of them another time. I had so much fun. And I missed you guys so much. I missed you guys so much, dude. Oh my god, I missed you guys. But actually, while we're still here, I can yap about other stuff for the rest of the week and for the rest of the month now. So let me put this away really quick. I know the one. I know that one! Let me put this diary away 1 sec. There we go. Now I can talk to you guys about the rest of our plans. Yay! And I can also drink for a second. Hang on. Bum, bum, bum. I need to go to the bathroom in a sec. Okay, so. Oh, I need to stretch. Hang on. Oh! You know, More than my throat. My throat is just like normal tired from all this. Because like I said, I was very careful with how I've been getting very careful with how I cheer and everything. And my vocal technique to make sure that I don't strain my voice so much. Because I kind of treat Wota like singing. In order to keep myself together. But more than that, my back is tired. Because carrying a bunch of stuff and lugging around a bunch of heavy suitcases and everything. And doing Wota and everything. Does a number on you. But we had a really comfy hotel room, so that was nice. I really want to steal the mattress that I had at the hotel room, which I can, because Premier Inns apparently allow you. Premier Inn's a hotel chain in the UK. It says Premier, but it's actually mostly a normal one. They allow you to buy the mattresses at their hotels now, which I didn't realize. Fucking crazy. But I don't have that kind of money. But there was a really nice mattress at the hotel we were at, but I might be a little bit stupid because I remember the first time I laid on it, I was like, oh my God, this mattress is so nice. Because the one I have at home, I've done that thing where I sleep on it in such a specific way that it's got a real dip in it, especially because it's a really old mattress. I actually have 2 mattresses on my bed. You can't see them all here. But I have 2 mattresses on my bed just to make it really high and comfy because I like it that way. One of them is memory foam, one of them is normal. But both mattresses, both the spring one and the memory foam one, are now really old and they have a giant dip where I sleep. So it is really unsupportive now. But the one at the hotel we were at was so perfect. It was like a it was like the exact perfect balance of being like soft and squishy enough that I could sleep in it, but also like hard enough it's supportive. Because like random ass fact that some of you guys might not realize or might not think about, as somebody with big boobs as somebody with udders, and somebody who's squishy all around, finding mattresses is really fucking hard because I can't have one that's too squishy. You can't have one that's too super soft if you're all around generally like curvy or big, because it means that you will just sink all the way in. You know, like a lot of my center of gravity is located in one place. If I have a mattress that's really soft, like the memory foam one that I had, then I'm gonna sink into it, and that'll feel nice for about a second, and then it will just be bad because then there will end up with a dip in it, and then it will not support anything. But if I have one that's entirely hard, like I know some people who like to sleep on really hard mattresses or like to sleep on the floor, good for them. I have slept on the floor in the past, but my body does not like it because there is too much squish and curve on me that I need somewhere to sink into. Otherwise, I'm just like, again, none of me is going to be supported because I can't lay flat on anything because I'm not flat. None of me is. So I need one that's like perfectly in between. And the one we had at the hotel was like exactly that. And so when I laid on it for the first time, right, I laid on it and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I'm so comfy. I'm so supported. My back's gonna feel so nice. And then guess which fucking idiot did all that and then slept on their front? Oh, because I sleep in a few different positions, right? I don't often sleep exactly on my back. I just don't like to. It feels awkward. I tend to sleep on my front or on my side all the time, or I have really weird sleep positions sometimes, like where I sleep. I'll have to elaborate this sometime. Like I sleep like on my front, but also curled up into the fetal position at the same time. I just have a whole bunch of weird ways of sleeping. But you know, if my back is really hurting, then I'm gonna just lay on my back and try full sleep like that, because that's what I need. I need to just let my back be supported. And the reason that sleeping on my front is not good for me is because of my boobs. Because if I'm sleeping on my front, it's not like I'm just like flat, my back is like comfy. If I don't sleep quite right, especially if I end up with my arms in a weird position, then you know, like my neck, that means your neck is twisted to the side when you sleep on your front, unless you want to just be face down and suffocate in a pillow. So your neck is twisted to the side, and proofs there, meaning that my back is not quite straight and flat, so that's not great. So on these days I was like, wow, my back is really hurting and my arms are tired from carrying all this stuff. I can't wait to lie on this mattress that's really comfy and really perfectly supportive for my back. And then I woke up in the morning and realized that my dumb ass had fallen asleep on my front because I was on my phone, and then just like tucked myself, like I laid on the pillow and was like, oh, this pillow is so comfy to hug, and then fell asleep that way. So I woke up in more pain. I wasted it. I wasted that beautiful mattress, but it was still really comfy. But yeah, I need to steal that mattress, by which I need to buy it, but I don't have the money. Sorry, I hit my mic just now with my bottle. Was that really loud? Metal bottle and metal mic stand is probably not a good idea. None of you is flat. Someone quit that. Yeah, I mean, it's right. Look at me. None of me is flat. Not a single part of me. But yeah, so I'm a little dumb. I want that mattress back. But anyway, so waking up was a pain in the ass. Yeah, I suppose so, but my ass was fine. My ass was perfectly fine. My ass was happy and wonderful. Except from when it was cold. Nary has a habit, right? He's aware of this, but Nary tends to steal a blanket if he shares a bed with someone. I've slept with him a few times. I probably shouldn't have worded it like that, but I like wording things with me and Neri weirdly anyway, so that's fine. But I've slept with Neri a few times now. And he has a tendency to steal a blanket when he's like sleeping with someone, and I mean like really steal it. Like some people, you know, curl up a little bit and you have to like fuss with them back and forth to get enough blanket, but he, despite being such a tiny little guy, can take an entire massive duvet for himself in his sleep without thinking, and he knows he does it, so he mentions it. We like tried to ask for a second duvet while we were sharing the bed, but they said we weren't allowed to, which sucked because most hotels usually let you, but whatever. But I brought a little blanket with me anyway, so I was fine most of the time. I wasn't cold because I was like wrapped up in that and then in our big duvet. But it was kind of funny because he said that he would. He knew he would, and I knew he would anyway, so I was prepared for it. But the first night, he didn't steal it at all. It was all nice and fine, you know? And we like went to sleep, everything was good, and I woke up in the morning, we were still both covered in the blanket. Maybe at one point he like wriggled and took a little bit more of it than I fell asleep in, but we were just fine and sharing. And then the second day, on the Saturday, we went to sleep with all the blanket on, and I woke up and he had not taken it on the night, mind you. It was like fine, or at least maybe he'd taken it and then rolled back, or I'd taken it back in my sleep, you know? We were generally pretty even, if at least maybe he was tucked in a bit more. But we went to sleep, slept all fine. I woke up in the morning before him, I was laying there and I was fine. And then I wish I need to like open MS Paint at some point to demonstrate this. But just imagine we're both laying there next to each other. He's fast asleep, I'm laying to my side on my phone, and there's this big duvet over us. And then entirely in his sleep, Neri yoinks the entire fucking duvet, like the whole thing that is bigger than both of us, and like lifts his whole legs and half his body up to tuck it all the way under him and wrap himself into a burrito and keep sleeping. And I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll get up now. Shit. It was so funny to me. Like, he said he would, but it's just kind of all or nothing, because the first night he didn't do anything. And the second night, you know, with most people, if they steal a blanket while they sleep, it's just that they'll tend to roll over in it more, you know? They tend to, like, curl up. Or maybe they roll in their sleep, and that means because they're already holding onto the blanket, then it gets tucked under them. But Neri doesn't do that. I, like, genuinely thought he was awake for a sec, because he lifts his whole self up in order to, like, fully tuck this duvet under him. And the duvet's, like, thrice his size. It was fucking cute. He took the whole thing off of me in, like, a second. So all those blanket things. He is. It's really fucking funny. And again, I wasn't bothered, especially because it was after I woke up, but it was just so fucking funny to me. He also, the first 2 nights that we were there, I'm just yapping about Neri now. I'm going to tell you guys some of Neri's habits. I'm going to tell you about Neri's 𝘆cie. Because, you know, Neri eventually, sometime soon, especially once I finish his design and stuff, because we've been talking more about Neri getting maybe yassified a little bit. He's going to change around the way that he looks in his whole style and branding, and I'm going to be helping him with that. So we might have some more streams in the future where I redesign Neri's outfit again, because we're restarting. But once he's got that all together, Neri will be live more himself. So it means I get to yap about Neri more, and you guys get to see Neri more, which will be very fun. But I'm going to tell you Neri 𝘆cie facts now, so you can embarrass him with them later. But not only does he have that, but while we were there, also, Neri and I have a handful of habits that we have from living together and being, like, you know, partners in crime and everything we do. We kind of do everything together, you know? We're kind of a package deal. Any pony, any 𝘆cie who's like, oh, hang on, sorry, personal friends with us, like Addie, can confirm this, that Neri and Emimi full are just kind of a package deal everywhere you go. We're like, you'd think we're like full moko at home. Because we're not twins, but we act like it. We actually even speak in sync a lot of the time. I think you hear this occasionally on stream, but it happens more when we're in person. We tend to do the fucking synced up speech thing that like twins do. But we have a lot of habits of the way that like our routine goes from day to day. Like I wake him up pretty much the same way every single morning, because I tend to go wake him up because I wake up before he does, and especially if we need to go somewhere, then I'll go wake him up myself, along with his alarms doing it. And his habit that he does every morning, after I come and wake him up and I'm like, Neri, hello, wake up, good boy. Then the first thing he asks is where our cat is. He'll be like, where's Sog? Where's the cat? Where do you know where Sog is? It's really cute. But while we were away on the first 2 days for both of them, after I woke him up, he had to stop himself from immediately asking where the cat was in our hotel. They do this shit all the time. Yeah, exactly. We sync up our speech a lot. And it's even more than you've heard all the time, Addie, as well. Because it happens a lot for saying normal things. Like just our regular reaction phrases. Like if we're saying like, yeah, exactly, or something like that, will tend to be the same. But there's a lot of times that we're talking to each other and it will be like a whole sentence lines up. But yeah, he like sat up in a hotel bed and was almost like, where do you know where 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 is? As if 𝘆cie_𝗿 wasn't in an entire another city. It's kind of adorable. It is, right? Neri's so moe. He's full of moe. Where's 𝘆cie_𝗿? Yeah, exactly. Just like that. That's how Neri looks. That's how Neri looks. If you guys don't know how cute EP Neri is, actually, I have even more cute facts of him because he was really cute while we were on the train on the way back as well. It was very moe of him because when we were on the way back, we were both very, very tired. We had to, you know, like wake up early to finish packing, get all our stuff together and go. And then we had a whole ton of suitcases and we had a really tedious train ride back just because the trains were kind of fucked up, especially because it was Bank Holiday Monday. If I remember right. So that means the trains were kind of different. We had to go a very tedious way around and we missed our first ones. We had to go like in one direction and then back the other just to make sure that we could get back without spending extra money and stuff. But so we both slept on half of our trains. There was one where we were sitting across from each other and I watched him sleeping and it was kind of cute because he had his mouth open. But there was another one where we were sitting next to each other for basically our final train back. So we like we fell asleep on that one together. Like he like leaned over on my shoulder and then I leaned on his head and we honk-shoed. And that was already comfy as is. We do that a lot when we're on like trains and buses together for a long time. It's pretty normal for us to cuddle up together. But specifically the part I'm going to tell you guys because it felt very moe, like a moment straight out of an anime to me, was we did that. And then we got woken up at one point because a lady came by to like check our train tickets as they do and everything. And we were sorting our stuff out and I was like stretching and holding my little pom-pom pudding in front of me. And I was like, okay, I like thinking to myself, like, okay, is Neri gonna go back to sleep on my shoulder? What does he want to do? And I had like my arms stretched out in front of myself and I was gonna just hold onto my pom-pom and see if he wanted to lean over. But then Neri, his little eepy self, just reached over, wrapped both his arms around mine to just yoink it and said, mine. And took it, grabbed my arm to cuddle onto it, and then put his head on my shoulder and snuggled up and went back to sleep. It was very cute. How do you molest here? I mean, behave yourself. War? Although something had a good time at HaruhiCon. I was also there as a gopher. We all worked hard to make things run, so we were all happy when here people enjoyed it. Oh, yes! I absolutely loved it! Oh my gosh, yes! It's so fun to see one of the gophers here. Yeah, there is a HaruhiMole here. The gophers, for any of you guys that are confused, are basically all of the volunteer staff at Haruhi that weren't like the main leading staff, but instead like helping run everything and go back and forth and do all the little tasks and stuff. But thank you for running this con. I've spent honestly this entire stream yapping about how fucking cool it was. It's generally one of my favorite cons that I've ever been to. I'm so serious. It's so amazing. You guys all did such a great job and I felt so happy and welcomed and like just surrounded by friends at this whole con. The staff team was so involved and so friendly the whole time. It felt like there were so many ways to access everyone and ask for anything anytime you need it. You guys were so personally involved in everything that it never felt scary. All of the community was so fun and welcoming and it was such an insane lineup of stuff. There were so many cool panels to go to. The performances were genuinely insane. I've been like screaming about it this whole time. I want to go to a million more. It was absolutely awesome. But anyway, is 𝘆cie_𝗿 still in his wedding drag? I don't know if he is. I need to go check because I don't think Neri brought that 𝘆cie_𝗿 to Haruhi with us. For anyone else context, that means Neri's Build-A-Bear 𝘆cie_𝗿 because Neri has two Build-A-Bear 𝘆cie_𝗿s actually. He has the gigantic one that's like almost as tall as him. It's like 4 feet tall. I almost said almost as tall as him and 5 foot, but Neri's 5 foot. That's like 4 feet tall, but he also has the regular Build-A-Bear 𝘆cie_𝗿. But he didn't bring that to con. He mostly brought his Ike stuff with him to con. But I need to check if 𝘆cie_𝗿's still in drag. But he had his other 𝘆cie_𝗿s with him though, because he had like his like bag plushie 𝘆cie_𝗿s. Because on the Sunday we did 𝘆cie_𝗿 cosplay, so we had like every other 𝘆cie_𝗿 that he owns. I remember trying to wake him up for pancakes and he just went, and then I told up to Neri mom went pancake for you in like a stage whisper. Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes. You got the full Neri household experience of giving stuff to Neri mom, just going like, here you go, and going to Neri in the morning. He's just like, or he's like, where's 𝘆cie_𝗿? Neri small says, yeah, he's tiny. But yeah, that moment on the train was very cute. It was very moe. I have no other way to put it. Like, it's not even just cute, it was moe. It was such an anime boy moment of him, you know? He just yoinked my arm and went mine, and then went back to sleep on it. It was very cute and very comfy. I have, honestly, all the time, just have like so many Neri stories I can give you. I have so many ways that I can just tell you guys little Neri moments. But I think half the time I save them because I want to share them more once Neri's streaming more again, because then when we're doing more stuff together, I'll have more excuses to yap about them. And then I can tell you guys, hey, look, here's the thing about Neri. And then you can go watch Neri and be like, oh, Neri's really cute. But I have so many little Neri facts. This is a guy who knows him and knows like everything about him from living with him. But yeah, this is because, you know, this is kind of spoiling Neri's plans a little bit. But once he is all rebooted and everything, and he's yassified into his new self, and he gets to stream more once he's got all his stuff set up, then I hope you guys will watch him, because you will enjoy it very much. But once that happens, we'll probably start doing more stuff together as a pair again. Because, you know, when I first started streaming, we did a lot of our stuff together. We did a lot of like gaming streams together and a lot of pair stuff and like our work together streams. But Neri hasn't been able to for a while, for a billion other reasons, but also because he's been like changing around his branding and his design and look and his self. But once he's back to it, Emimi will be more of an official duo again. So I hope you're excited. It won't really change anything about how I stream myself, but it will mean we get more pair content. Pair content. More paired content. And we'll probably have like a proper duo name beyond Emimi, and be more like a unit. Kind of like I guess basically rather than us fusing into one, it'll be like we're in a VTuber wave where it's like, you know, everyone has their own individual content and channels, but they're still like a unit together. That's what Emimi will be like. In a way, it's kind of like we're actually getting our first wave of 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 finally. But yeah. Shinabro is the Halloween Shinabro from like 23, just as the creature in the very squishy. Oh, right, yes, Shinabro. Sorry, I got my brain lagged up. I was thinking about Neri's normal build-a-brush for Shinabro. I forgot that he has a third one because he's the Halloween one. He probably is still in drag, yes, but again, I need to check because I forgot. I'll go check in a sec after the stream. So to see about Frankenstein. Yay, I love it. I had custody of that plushie the entire week I was there. I did, it was really fun. He held on to Shinabro the whole time as his little buddy, and it was awesome. You need to get your own one. But yeah, I think now that's probably all of my HaruhiCon stories. But I forgot. Oh my god, guys, I got off topic again. Because I switched over to this screen because I was like, yeah, I think that's all of my HaruhiCon stories. Now I'll talk about the stuff for the rest of the month. And then I forgot to do that and started talking more about HaruhiCon and also about the travel back with Neri. Anyway, what I was going to say was for the rest of the month. So since I spent my birthday at HaruhiCon, that meant we didn't get to do birthday stream stuff, because last year on my birthday we had like a karaoke stream on one day. It was my first karaoke stream ever. It was like a karaoke concert performance kind of thing instead, where I had like, you know, everything, all the set list pre-planned. And then the day after we had my Jackbox party with all my friends and with you guys. But we didn't get to do anything like that because I spent my birthday at HaruhiCon. But what my plan is, I will need to iron it out, which I'll probably do over today and maybe tomorrow, because I have a few things coming up in April still, and also work to do. I need to figure out when exactly I'll be able to do all these things. But my goal is to sort of make this whole month Emimi birthday month. I might just do this in the future from now on, to be honest, because having, like, it's not like I'm going to spend every single day this month focused on my birthday, because tomorrow we're streaming Genshin, you know, we have like DDLC next week. There will be normal streams, but I'm going to kind of treat the whole month as time where we can fill it with Emimi birthday related things. That makes it a little bit easier than everything happening on one day, you know. Especially if events like this come up. So I will say some things that I'm going to do. I will figure out at some point a time in this month where we'll do a stream, like a party stream. I'll try and get a bunch of the hyperspace homies on, and maybe we'll do Jackbox or like Duck Duck Goose or some. Sorry, Goose Goose Duck is the Among Us type thing. Goose Goose Duck or Among Us or something like that. Something really silly, or maybe Gothic Phone again, something like that where we can play, you know, with all the hyperspace homies, or maybe if it's Jackbox or Gothic Phone, play with also with Rakigachis, you know, with all of you guys, or maybe I'll also do a thing where I get to play with you guys. I also want to do karaoke this month. Obviously I do karaoke like way more often altogether nowadays. No, we're not doing Uno. Obviously I do karaoke way more often altogether these days, but I want to do like a big karaoke like I did for my last birthday, you know, like I want to like plan out a set list and do like a big special one. So I think my ideal goal for that, although don't hold me to it, is I want to do like a musical themed karaoke at the end of the month. I'd like to get some hyperspace homies to sing with me, but that might not happen because it's kind of short notice now for them to record. But either way, I will do a musical themed karaoke. So like songs from musicals and plays and movies and stuff like that, because I think that'll be a fun way to do something a little more special. You know, I get to act up the whole time, and I'll try and change out backdrops or something for it, or maybe get maybe change costumes. I would like at some point this month, I'll probably show up in a different outfit at some point, if I remember. And also, guys, you want to know something special? Drum roll, please. Although you're going to really have your, I need to skip the ads. Ads were about to play, and that would have been really bad timing. I would have liked to announce this with the thumbnail for it, but I haven't actually made that yet. But actually, wait, no, I have an idea. Hang on. Hold on a moment. I have a way that I can show this. Don't worry, this isn't as crazy of an announcement as it sounds like. Hang on. Where is my image that I'm looking for? Hang on, I've killed momentum. Yeah, there's a little drum roll. Where the fuck did I put this? Hang on. Aha. I will be releasing a cover of Astro Girl by 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 this month. Yay! This is one of the art pieces for it. I'm not going to show anything else for it yet, because I don't want to spoil it, but it would be nice to show off this little art bit for you guys. You get a little sneak peek of some art that I commissioned for it a while ago. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pixel art really, really, really pretty? But yes, I will be finally releasing my first solo cover on this channel. I've been in, you know, a good handful of covers now already, because I've been in all of these ones that you see in my news thing over here. In fact, I'm going to put this up here. And all my news things that you see over here. Making an 8-bit game? No, not yet. That would be a much bigger announcement. I would not just like drop that half prepared. But you know, I've been in a good handful of covers already, but they've all been on other people's channels and being other collab things, which I'm very happy about. But I've been saying for forever that I want to finally do a solo cover on my channel, and I have so many planned. I've done ones on my shorts, I do so much karaoke, but I just never gotten around yet to finally finishing an actual full solo cover. But we have one now! Yay! It's in like the very final stages of production, so it'll probably be out within the next week or two, to be honest, rather than just a month, because literally all that's left is I need to finish the video. The mix is done, the art is done, everything is done. I was intending to maybe see if I could get it done for like maybe my birthday or for the anniversary, but that was very short notice for a lot of stuff that I did for it. So you know, having our birthday month makes it better. So I think, yeah, in the future I probably will keep doing it like this, where Emmy day is like Emmy month too, to space out the stuff. And I think this is more fun to be able to celebrate the whole time rather than you guys having to rush for one day, you know? But yes, we will have a cover of Astro Girl by 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿 coming out this month. I hope you're excited. It's been very hard work from every guest you have had involved in helping me out with it, and I'm very excited. I'm kind of nervous, to be honest, low-key, just because it feels kind of weird to actually finally drop a cover after talking about it for so long. I'm not nervous about the cover itself. I'm proud of it. I'm happy with it, and everyone who worked on it did an amazing job. And like, I'm generally overall nowadays satisfied with my own skill in regards to most vocal things, especially for a song like this that I know so well. Even though I will also say, this always happens with recording covers and stuff, especially if it takes a while between like the start of recording and the end of production, where by the end of it, I always listen back to it and I'm like, I could sing that better now. Because even in just like a month, your singing will change drastically. It's like with art, you can change and improve a lot within a very short amount of time just by doing it all the time. But I'm still happy with what I did and how it came out. So I'm very excited for you guys to be able to listen to it, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And I love this song dearly. I've been saying since like my debut that I wanted to cover it because it means a lot to me and it's very pretty, and I think it means a lot to me because it's very fitting in its theme and message for how it feels for me becoming a VTuber finally and getting all my Rekigachis and everything and making so many friends and having my hyperspace homies and stuff, you know? I feel like I very much blossomed into myself through streaming, which sounds very dramatic, but I don't know, it's kind of something like VTubing and doing all these covers and all this kind of stuff are tons of things that I've wanted to do forever, and I've been fans of people who do them forever and been a huge nerd about how you do them forever, so I've known how to do a lot of this stuff and like, you know, dipped my toes into it for all the collabs and stuff I did. I just never properly ripped the band-aid off and did things for myself, and now that I'm doing them, it's awesome. And it makes me very happy that it's been going so well. So this cover should express a lot of that. Yay! Yippee! But yeah, and like, even on top of how I've been saying I wanted to cover specifically Astro Girl since I did my first stream, it's been like several years genuinely where I've had this channel and just had nothing on it other than a couple MLP MS Paint speed paints from like 10 years ago, and told myself, oh, I should do covers too. Like, I'm being so serious. Even back when I was just an MLP speed paint channel, genuinely a decade or more ago, right, when I was just doing that, and I just had like Windows Movie Maker and MS Paint, and even back then occasionally I would make like little like recolors of magical girl transformations on Windows Movie Maker and stuff like that. Back then I started trying to do covers. I honestly, low-key, I'm kind of glad that I didn't go through with it, because if there were covers that were still up on my channel from like 10 years ago, as much as it would have been cute and I like seeing my older stuff now to compare to it, I would have also been very embarrassed. And because it probably would have had a bunch of stolen like art and stuff in it from when I was a kid, because I didn't know how that worked when I was like 10. But anyway, like even back then I was telling myself that I wanted to do covers, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do them, I'm going to do them, I just haven't done it yet, I just haven't finished it yet. Or like, oh yeah, I've been in covers and I've been in idol groups and all these original projects, I just haven't done anything on my own yet. I don't have a solo thing up yet, but I finally will. I'm finally gonna rip the band-aid off. We're gonna have it out soon. Honestly, if I grind fast enough, then it'll be out within a few days. If not, it'll be out within like a week. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. What else is there? What else is there? Because yeah, I'd like to make this Emmy month all together. So I'm gonna try and cram it with special stuff. We've got our cover coming out. I will try to do a musical karaoke by the end of this month. I will try to plan like a birthday party stream, like with you guys and with Hyperspace homies and stuff, so you can play something fun together. But I don't know exactly when for all of those things. I will probably end up dropping a new outfit if I maybe can. And there's some other fun stuff I just want to do in general around this time, but I need to go through my list again because I'm still sort of organizing everything. I had intended to spend the end of last month doing my organization and planning for this and prepping stuff and all like the graphics I needed to announce everything, but I just didn't end up with time because I still had a lot of work to do, and I do still have some work to finish. So it's, you know, I'm gonna be cramming it all in and finding spaces for it, which is part of why it'll be dotted around the month, because there's even gonna be another part in this month where I'm gonna end up going away for a few days. But you know, hi Emmy, I love you. I love you too. Hello, hi. I'm having a very lucky day. I'm having a great one. I got back from an awesome con on my birthday, and now I get to talk about all the fun stuff I want to do with you guys. Yay, 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 yippee. But yeah, so that'll be happening. There was something else I was gonna say and I forgot. Oh, I want to do an art challenge this month, and I don't mean that I want to draw. I want to host one for you guys, actually. There's something that I wanted to do. Yes, I've been meaning for a while. So you'll probably see this up within the next few days or so, probably. But I've been meaning for a while to do something that I wanted, of hosting something that you guys can engage with. Since my channel is, and like our whole community is so full of artists and creatives of all different kinds, like people who are writers and singers and artists, or like 3D modelers, graphic designers, all that kind of stuff. I wanted to host something like that that you guys can engage in. And I wasn't going to talk about it until I actually had the announcement post for it, but it was going to be like a birthday event. But now the whole month is my birthday, so maybe I'll try and post that like within the next couple of days, so we can wrap it up at the end of the month, maybe. But I want to do something like that, so keep an eye out for that. That I want you guys to engage in. I don't think it'll be a contest, because I don't really have much prizes I can give for a contest really at the moment, but it'll probably just be more of a challenge for the sake of fun. But I also might use the results in something. But I wanted to host something like that, where it'd be maybe like a draw this in your style thing, and your style, quote unquote, can include anything, you know. It'll be like you can draw it literally in your style. You can draw it in any medium, like drawing it on paper instead of digital, or you could like make a 3D model of it, or you could make some fucking music thing about it. I wanted to do something that's really silly and fun like that, where anyone can do anything. Especially because I have bigger plans for the future. And I might, if I get the time this month, I might try and use the Emmy themed month to do some special things, like I might stream when I finally try and practice or learn how to work with Live 2D. Because, you know, one of my big goals for this year is to have a Live 2D model by the end of the month. But not by the end of the month, not the end of the month, oh my god. Not the end of the month, the end of the year. The end of the year. And I said with Web when I was setting New Year's resolutions that we're going to try and make it tighter for myself and make the goal like November, I think, or like October. And I think I can do that, especially considering how fast I can put together like PNGs and stuff. But that means I need to actually start learning Live 2D properly, or actually start properly making a model for myself. So I might do a stream this month that's like designing a new birthday outfit for myself with you guys, or learning Live 2D with you guys and stuff. So we'll have a lot of special Emmy themed things, you know. We'll do a lot of fun stuff. But yeah, I don't know when exactly all those things will be. I will plan out the month tonight, because I have a lot of planning to do in order to fit it all in, and then fit it around all the work I need to do, and also the parts of the month where I'm going away. But yeah, so that should be fun. That's our Emmy month plans. Oh yeah. So we'll do a lot of fun stuff this month. So this month is going to be Emmy birthday month. Yeah, I'll probably keep it like this going forward within all our future years and everything. Where from now on we'll probably keep it up like this, where even though my birthday is April 4th, this kind of month is just when we celebrate Emmy stuff and celebrate our whole channel, you know? I mean, also January is our anniversary month, rather well, this is our birthday month, but you know, like, I think it's more fun to celebrate the birthday with you guys like this, so it doesn't just feel like everything's rushed for one day, and it's a lot easier for me to do more fun things with you guys when it lasts over the time like this, and it covers for times like this where, you know, I have to maybe go away on my birthday. So I get to still spend time with you guys. Yay, yay, yippee, yippee, yay. But yeah, and I think I've told all of my main HaruhiCon stories, but if I come up with any more, then I'll yap about them on another stream. But speaking of other streams, our schedule, that's the thing I need to go for. I haven't made the schedule graphic for this week yet, because, you know, I got home pretty late last night. But we have this stream today, obviously, because we're doing it now. I need to drink again, hang on. We had this stream today, obviously, because, you know, we're doing it now. That is what this is. And then tomorrow we'll be playing Genshin, because we didn't do our Monday game this week. It was going to be DDLC. I had it, like, you know, scheduled in advance, because when I go away, I like to have the next stream when I'm back scheduled, so you guys can know when there'll be more Emmy again, and you can look forward to it. But I can't do DDLC right away because my voice needs rest. And I still have enough voice power to stream regularly, because, like, I'm overall fine. I didn't strain myself too bad. I was careful about that. But it's not enough for me to voice act or sing right now. So we will be playing Genshin tomorrow because Linnea drops, and I'm so excited about her. She's so cute. If you guys don't know, there's a new Genshin character who's like literally me. Like literally me. She's not a cow or anything. She's a fae, and she's got like wings and stuff. But she's so cute. She's pink, and she's bouncy, and she's silly, and she likes cute things, and she likes traveling, and she's like so autistic. She's a nerd about so many things, and she likes being a nerd about all these little cute things, and I'm excited about it. She has a history and backstory that remind me of me. She's adorable, and I love her, and I love her, and I love her, and I love her. And half of what I just said was that she's cute, but I will talk more about her tomorrow and save myself from doing it now. But Linnea is literally me. I love her. I love her. I love her. So tomorrow we will be playing Genshin so I can grind and try and get her. And also just to play Genshin and catch up and hang out and stuff and do something chill, but still have our, you know, like our weekly gaming time. I don't know what streams I'll do for the rest of the week. I will have an MS Paint stream on Saturday most likely, which I'll schedule later. As usual. And it's already Tuesday, right? I'm trying to think about the midweek. Hang on. Yeah, we'll do Genshin tomorrow, and we'll probably do MS Paint on Saturday, so that might only be the 3 streams this week, but I'll see if I can do something Friday. We might do art on Friday, because we haven't had some art time. You look so cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Angel Feel Ragnarok. But yeah, so we might do, yeah, we've got Genshin tomorrow, and MS Paint Saturday, which I will schedule later, because that one isn't scheduled yet, and probably do some art thing on Friday, especially because I've got, like, work and stuff I need to finish after the week off at HaruhiCon. And then, like I said, the rest of the month will be filled with Emmy surprises, and it'll be fun. So we've got our Astro Girl cover coming out, and I'll try to do musical karaoke at the end of the month. I'll try to do a birthday party stream sometime within it, and then here and there, I'll try and squeeze in some special Emmy fun things, like maybe learning live 2D with you guys on stream or stuff like that. But yeah, I think that is everything. Honestly, I'm kind of stalling because I don't want to end the stream. But I need to. I don't want to because I'm having so much fun, and I'm having fun talking about HaruhiCon because I'm still like coming down from the glow of it, you know. I always have such a like little post-con like buzz and such an excitement. I want to go back. I miss it already. I wish there was another day tomorrow, but also I don't want to do all that travel again. But I wish I was like still at the hotel and had another stream to do tomorrow. I already have them backing up, I wonder, quite a bit. Honestly, less than you think. Like I'm still getting through it bit by bit, but yeah. Are you writing while streaming? Not the second, no. But yeah, like I have such a post-con buzz. I'm always so excited and happy because I just love cons, and this one was genuinely amazing. One of my favorites I've ever been to. I really hope they do it again next year. I lost my words. But yeah, and I've missed you guys. Like I'm still in the excitement from post-con, so I want to yap about that, and I've missed you guys so much. I miss Rakigachis whenever I'm away from you. I have like literally, I'm more parasocial than you guys are. Honestly. No, that's a joke, but like I miss you guys so much because I love streaming and I love talking to you guys. It gives me energy. I think I've become more extroverted than I used to be over the past couple years, and there's reasons for that because quite a few years ago, for a lot of my life, I considered myself an introvert, even though I've always been like a silly yapper like this. I've always been the kind of person, or at least was, where like even though I can yap and have energy and be crazy and everything and be really outgoing with friends once I'm with them, it's like I really strongly need my alone time after. And I think a lot of people like that because introversion and extroversion is based not on your confidence, but generally on what you get your energy from physically, or at least that's my understanding of it. Like, if you're an extrovert, it's more like, regardless of whether you're actually confident or regardless of what the activity is, you benefit more and get more energy, motivation for it when you have people with you, right? And then once you have alone time, it's like, okay, like this is nice, but now I'm like, I need people again. And then you get your spirit back. Whereas for introverts, it's like, you can still spend time with people. It doesn't necessarily mean you're shy. You could be totally confident and everything, but you can still spend time with people and have fun with that. But then it's like, you need your alone time, and that's where you get your energy back and your battery recharges so that you can go spend it on being with people again. And I've always been an introvert in that sense, where it's like I love people time, but it's like it takes a lot of effort and is very draining and tiring. But I obviously, some of that is also autism. But I've generally been introverted like that my whole life, where it's like I like people, but I also kind of forget they exist sometimes. And I've been the kind of person where I can just go like a straight month or something without talking to anyone, I'd be fine. But nowadays, especially now that my life has changed around, and I've sort of flourished myself more and changed around, so I have more energy all the time. And especially now that I started streaming, it's like I've become more and more extroverted over time, because now I'm like, oh, but I don't want to do it alone. I want to meet people. I want to do it with my 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿. There's so many things where I think about it and I'm like, I could do this thing, or I could do this thing on stream. And like part of that is content brain. I think anyone who becomes like a quote unquote content creator, it feels really weird as a word on its own because it kind of doesn't mean anything. But anyone becomes like a quote unquote content creator, especially if it's like streaming or making YouTube videos, something like that, where you can just kind of do anything. It's hard not to think a lot when you're doing things about, I could be doing this while live or something. Like, you know, playing a game, or like thinking about playing a game, being like, oh no, I'll save that game until I'm on stream, or I'll do this, but do it on stream. And like sometimes there's a little bit of that, but I do try to balance my like on stream, online and offline life so that I am touching grass and doing things like privately and everything as well. So it's not like I'm entirely brain rotten in that sense, but it's like, part of it is sometimes when I'm like, oh, this thing would be a fun stream, and the other half is just because like I want to do it. I don't think of things as like, oh, this would be a good stream because I think like business or because I think about what you guys are like. I think about it because I'm like, but I want 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿s there, and I miss 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿s. I've been away at a con and it's been fun, but I miss 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿s. I love yapping with you guys. I love spending time with you guys. I love it so much. I just love being live. It's so much fun. It's kind of actually thinking about Berry again, the main special guest idol at this con that I was at, she mentioned during her interview that she gets asked a lot by people like, you know, you're an idol and everything. How do you deal with stage fright? How do you overcome stage fright and everything? And she says for herself that she's like, I don't know, I just don't, because she doesn't really get stage fright. She doesn't feel nervous about that. She feels more nervous or worried when she's like filming things or, you know, like offline or in private, because when it's like filming things on your own, you have to like get it exactly right and everything, but when she's live, that's where she feels most at home, when she's on stage, and she just the whole energy there makes her excited. You know, things can go wrong, but that's just how it is. You'll be seen from every angle, and that's just how it is. Everything's live and in person, and she loves it, so she doesn't really get stage fright. That's where she feels most at home. She feels more awkward and nervous when it's like filming stuff or things that are more like, well, yeah, off stage. And I kind of feel like that with streaming in a way. I'm here. Hi, Black Emerald. I kind of feel like it was streaming in a way sometimes, where it's like there are times obviously that I get nervous or have issues and everything, but a lot of times it's like, I don't know, I'm excited for this. It's not like streaming is a task or a chore for me ever. I want to do this all the time. I'm so excited and I'm so happy and most alive and at home when I'm live and doing stuff with you guys. There are times obviously that it's like, you know, I do everything and then I'm like, okay, I'm tired, I need to wrap up. But the reason that I stream so long when I don't have other things to do is because it's just like, it just makes me feel alive. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love you too, Emimi. Missed you too. Yay! Yay! I'm glad you guys missed me as much as I missed you. Otherwise, it'd be really awkward for me. Funny thing I noticed, the next big con I do is going to be another cowboy. It's going to be after the other cowboy commission. Oh, that is funny. It's like you're perfectly in time for a Steel Ball run coming out. I am here. I'll react to that. Hi, Black Emerald. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of stalling, like I said, because I am still just yapping naturally, but I feel like I'm kind of stalling because I'm having fun and I want to just keep talking with you guys forever. Kimmer's gonna know streams are landing, yeah. And I want to keep talking to you guys forever because I've missed you and I'm having so much fun right now, but I know that I need to make myself stop because A, I'm done with my stories. B, I've told you guys, I'm done with telling you guys everything that's coming up for the rest of the month. And C, I need to go eat. I need to make sure I eat, and I still have to unpack. I have eaten today, but what's it? I can tell I'm getting hungry. And I think I might be coming down with something post-con, and I've also got dimension lag right now, so it's like I need to go sort myself out, and I still need to unpack. I haven't unpacked yet. Like, I got home, and I told myself I'd do it all last night, because I like to, when I can, when I come back from being away at like a con or event, or just like being at some, I don't know, over like staying with family or something like that, I like to get everything done as soon as I get back. Like, I like to put all my stuff away, tidy up when I need to, maybe a little bit. If I can, I try to tidy before I go away places, so that when I come back, my room isn't trashed and it doesn't like feel bad. But like, my room was a little messy before I left for this, and I have a whole ton of stuff to unpack, and I just didn't end up doing it last night because I was too tired. But I need to unpack, and I need to like wash my sheets because they got really dusty while I was away. I guess it's time for spring cleaning anyway. So I need to like change my sheets, and I need to do a bunch of laundry from the con. I need to unpack all my stuff and everything. And I need to sort everything out, and I need to do my plans of organizing all the fun stuff that I'm planning for this month. So I need to make myself stop. Dimension lag on the day of major holiday, evil and me. No, yeah, I know. I got it exactly on the day I was going home. It's crazy. At least I didn't get my dimension lag while I was there. That would have been worse, but you know, it makes sense that the lag is hitting immediately when I just left the HaruhiCon dimension and came back to this one. Eat food now. Yeah, I will. But yeah, I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna pack. Not pack, unpack. I'm gonna unpack and tidy my room and do my sheets and everything. But I'm having fun, so I don't want to. But I also know that I should, because my voice is also worn out. So I should keep this stream short so that I can still stream tomorrow and for the rest of this week and everything. Because I need to like, you know, stream normal times this week so that I can rest my voice to make sure that it's back enough that I can do DDLC next week and get back into karaoke by the end of the month. We're synced. What the hell? My device before you go just now. I said bye. That's okay. I'll probably go before you do. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna force myself to stop. This is really hard. I really don't want to. I want to keep yapping. I can find so many things to yap about. I can always find things to yap about. I'm trying to make myself. I'm gonna go get the button ready. I'm gonna go get ready to press the button. I'm gonna make myself. But yes, so like I said, one more time, tomorrow we'll have a Genshin stream, we'll have MS Paint on Saturday, and maybe we'll have some regular art stream on Friday. Throughout the rest of this month, it will be our Emmy birthday time the whole month. If you like doing art, keep a lookout for maybe me hosting like an art challenge or something. I also might design a new outfit for myself this month. We will have a birthday party stream at some time this month, like a belated one, because my birthday was spent at HaruhiCon, to like play Jackbox or Goose Goose Duck or something. I will do a musical karaoke at the end of this month, ideally, and within either a few days or within a week, depending on how fast I finish editing this video, I will release a cover of Astro Girl by Tsukumo-sana, so I hope you will enjoy it. For now, keep an eye out for me doing a lot of announcements and stuff, and also for me posting more things from HaruhiCon. And if you wanted to see any of the cosplayers or performers and everything that I talked about during this stream, if you go to my Instagram, then I tag them all in the stories that I posted about them and stuff, and I will show more of my photos fully there. But also in the description for the stream, there is a link straight to HaruhiCon's website, so you can find out about the con itself, everything that went on, and links to the performers and panelists and vendors and stuff there. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you enjoyed my little stories. I like doing these little travel diary stories after I go somewhere. I think from the future, most of them will be about 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿, because I did that one about like the museum trips that I went to with a bunch of friends a while ago, because I thought that was fun. Because, you know, I'm a nerd and I thought it was cool. But I think these streams, they're kind of more interesting when they're 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 based, like cons and stuff like this. And I know more if you guys have an interest in that. So in the future, there probably mostly will be 𝘆cie𝘂𝗿 stuff, like if I go to big cool places or to conventions. But I still do want to do them for other traveling, like that museum thing. But yeah, I like having my little Emmy Earth exploration streams like this as catch-up times. And for now, I don't want to say it. I want to keep yapping. But I need to make myself stop and be responsible. And it'll be worth it, because then I'll be able to edit the cover, and I'll have a tidy room and a nice bed and everything. I need to clean my whole room, dude. Oh, for now, if your days are about to end, then I'll me. And if it's just getting started, have a very lucky day. Thank you guys for listening to me, and I've missed you. I'll see you again tomorrow and the rest of this week. And happy birthday to me. And thank you for all the birthday wishes while I was away as well. Bye-bye. Have a very lucky day. Bye-bye, Addie. Bye-bye, Buckingham. Bye, Crimson. Bye-bye, Narcilia. Bye, any Gutsy who's there. Bye-bye. Have a very lucky day. Mwah.